Ladies and gentlemen, we are back again for another TKN Celebrity Tournament prediction from your boy, Stevie Ray. Yes, this is round 2, ladies and gentlemen. And the combatants that we have today have earned their right to be in the second round. Let's start with them. Number 1, WWE superstar. He is a former Intercontinental Champion. He is a former Tag Team Champion. And the list goes on and on. You know him as Carlito. Yes, Mr. Carlito, former WWE superstar, is here today. And he walks it like he talks it. Number 2, she makes a lot of indie films. She is also an animal activist. Yes, Miss Erin O'Brien is here. She moved to the second round by not just looking at people. She took names. Yes, she's bringing it. But last but not least, one of my favorite basketball players of all time, a Mr. Sleepy Floyd. Yes, you know Sleepy. Many times all-star, many times superstar in this league, and also was a college standout. Yes, Sleepy Floyd is here, and I loved watching him. But my prediction is today, old Ray Dog, man, I really don't know. It's going to be hard for me to pick because I like them all, and they all have the right credentials. Erin, you're my pick. Sleepy, you're my boy. Carlito, we in the same game. But Erin O'Brien ain't no joke, bro. It's going to be on like neck bones. So, see you. And I wouldn't want to be you.
Different, and I love it, man, because it got me thinking. It got me thinking like I was back at school again. I don't even know where you come up with these questions. I want to know how you do these. You so innovative. I'm like, look. I mean, your mind is good, like you say. You're a history teacher, and your mind is going all over the place.
And it's also wonderful to hear people talk sanely to each other today.
You know, I've done everything. I've done, in the 80s, I did Johnny Carson. I did,
sure.
Merv Griffin. I did it all. You're sheer 9 or 10. You're probably 9.5.
Oh.
10 is, no one's perfect.
You have something amazing going with the show, and you're educating us.
I mean, I've never told anybody in public about that experience with my dad. And on your platform, I don't know why I did that, because it's so comfortable and we're talking about things that matter.
I love the little anecdote of comedy, which would you pay for it? Would you not? I love that. I love how you added that in.
We want to know each other. We want to know people's stories. That's what TKN does.
First name Michaela, last name Skinner. Welcome, my friend, to round 2 of the tournament.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Pleasure's mine. Pleasure's mine. Absolutely.
Yeah, this was seriously such a blast. I was so excited to come on here, and yeah, it's been incredible.
Last name Ferrigno, first name Lou. Lou, welcome, my friend.
Thank you. That's the best introduction I've ever heard in my life. You know something? You need to quit the show and be my moderator.
So put your hand together for a majestic, out of this world, one-of-a-kind human being. First name Vivica, last name Fox. Welcome, my friend.
Whoa, that was an awesome introduction. Let me tell you that. I don't think I've ever had anyone read my resume with such flow.
Avi is a poet, but he doesn't know it, but his feet show it. You're unbelievable.
Last name Wilkins, first name Lenny. Lenny, welcome, my friend. To the celebrity tournament.
Well, thank you for having me, and I'm excited about it. I'm looking forward to this. It should be fun.
Damn! You said it just like I wrote it.
You gave me good eargasm tonight, man. I love your voice. I love the things that you talk about.
Well, you're the best I've seen
You're the Michael Jordan or LeBron James, whoever you want to make the GOAT.
This is why your audiences love you. This is why you continue to great guests, and great guests beget great guests.
One of my friends was share about the Tip O'Neill, the Speaker of the House, and what a smooth voice he had. Your voice and the way you project everything and share with your heart and soul. You got an incredible gift.
I just want to do this again and again. I feel like I've made friends. And again, I've taken the competition part of it out because I've just enjoyed talking to you guys tonight.
Oh man, most definitely. This is, this I think my top. I think because when you do the intro you gave me, I gotta give it to you. I like.
You deserve it.
It really, truly, kind of blows my mind every time when we can get this many people together, thinking, mind melding, positive, not having to agree all the time with everything. But not getting ugly about it, and not, it's just I feel like it's a microcosm of what it could be.
Did you have a nice time tonight in the green room?
I had a great time. I can't tell you how refreshing it is that somebody knows what they're doing.
You're a very interesting person. I mean, you with all this rhyming stuff, you must really put a lot of effort into this, and I would love to read or see something that you've written.
Thank you.
Because I'm sure it's really interesting.
Or not podcast. I guess it's like we're just a show now. You're a show. You're a full-blown show.
I can count my friends on one hand. Well, wait, on one finger. You.
Oh man, thank you so much, my friend. You are awesome. Don't even hang your hats on the past, because if you don't heal from what hurts you, you'll bleed on people that never even cut you to begin with. It has nothing to do with your pain.
Okay.
So
tell him, Robbie. Tell him.
You guys are bringing the best out of me. That is the truth. Guys, Chris, did you have a good time? You've done a lot of interviews. Is this kind of up there for you?
Yeah. I had a great time today, Avi. I mean, because you are engaged in what is a conversation and not a performance.
Stars remind us of where we've been. They need not dictate where we're going. And I think in a way that kind of addresses this question. So in other words, I think it is almost inevitable that there's going to be pain, there's going to be scarring, there's going to be all kinds of this that's going to happen over the course of a life.
I would sit at the kitchen table looking out the window for quite a period of time while the food was getting prepared, and I wish I had took that time to sit down with her and ask her questions about her being a child.
This thing has drawn me out of myself and thereby drawn me into myself. But I learned a lot, and from you, Avi, I always learn something from you.
Work as hard as you can, because by working, Avi, you will keep yourself busy and get used to the grief.
Another trio of questions, now more underrated. We have Billy D. Williams, Italian men named Skippy, or unicycle.
I'm sorry, Italian men named Skippy. Put me away, Avi.
Archie Bunker, the mountain climber. Ralph Cramden, the yoga instructor, or Don Corleone, the computer repair person.
It's clearly an issue with the hard drive.
Oh, I like that.
I'm going to go Don Corleone.
I'm going for Christmas. Is it because it does create those amazing memories that and Sarge, I know you've been there too, because I've seen you at so many different great events for Muscular Dystrophy Association.
There is nothing that was on TV tonight that even remotely rivals what we did on this broadcast.
Hi, I'm Rick Barry, a member of the Basketball Hall of Fame and one of the NBA's top 50 players. And I'm really excited to tell you about my new relationship in the broadcasting world with the new network.
It's TKN, and
A young man named Avi Klein has poured his blood, sweat, and tears into creating this new network and assembling an amazing group of individuals.
Legends from every walk of life who are just bringing their knowledge and their experience and their wisdom, and this is amazing. I feel like this is a cosmic convergence of what is most important to him, and he's such a stand-up guy.
Avi, congratulations. I don't know anybody that can talk as much as you. Seriously, I thought I could talk. You are unreal. What you do it with class, understanding, professionalism. You're simply amazing. I told you that when I first met you. And you ran off my autobiography. It basically was a book. It was simply fantastic. And to think that you do that every show.
Very respectful, and he really connects with the artists and his audiences. And I felt like this guy's on to something, and I'm proud to be a part of this with him.
And I really thank your support. I lost my father, and you were the first person to support me in all that, and I thank you so much for that. It meant a lot to me.
The greatest wealth is when you can share it with someone. You can share your victories, you can share your failure, you can express your deepest feelings, but the greatest wealth is to be able to say that I have a friend. And I feel an unbelievable level of wealth. And a lot of that is because I have somebody like you.
You here to win the whole darn tournament?
I don't play. I just win.
Robert, would you like to win this entire tournament?
You know, all those luminaries and athletes and strongmen notwithstanding, the most dangerous place on this show is between me and that prize. That's all I'm going to say.
You're chomping at the bit to get in this thing.
Oh, yeah, man. I've been telling you, brother. You brought up some names to me, and I was like, I can't wait. I hope they don't see me because it's going to be on like a steaming pot of neck bones, baby, and I'm not playing.
Are you here to win the entire thing, my friend?
I'll just say this, Abby. Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Are you here to win the entire celebrity tournament when it's all said and done?
You know, I saw that video package, and I saw a very familiar face in Mike Rotundo, better known as IRS, and he said that he was here for the winner, winner, chicken dinner, and I want to take away that chicken dinner, so yes, I want to win this whole shebang.
Tonight, Avi Klein launches the TKN network. It's been over 2.5 years in the making. And tonight, with mystery guests and the big debate, it's going to be, well, let's just say hotter than hell. So don't miss it.
And talent, last name Smith, first name Joe Smith. Welcome, my friend.
Oh my God, Avi. Where did you get all of that from? Oh my God.
Guys and gals, pals, it's Saturday night, TKN Saturday night. We thank all of you. Over 5 million in 20 months, 5 million views in 20 months' time. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate that. It's not about the numbers. It's not about the names or the acclaimed guys and gals. It's about the people. It's about finding out who the person behind the persona is. That's what this place is all about. It is a place where strangers leave us friends while having philosophical fun and providing you with endless edutainment. That's where entertainment marries education. And as you can tell, it's been quite the marriage between those two words, unlike some of my I'll get into that one of these days. But guys and gals and pals, all joking aside, we are here to have fun. We have some incredible talents and human beings here on this very broadcast as we are nearing the final lap of round number 2. We've already had a lot of gentlemen and women being eliminated in this tournament. Of course, you know, at the end of the day, guys and gals and pals, there's nothing wrong with competitive camaraderie because this is a sport of the mind. And I don't mind reminding all of you that this is a place where a lot of people that I consider suits and ties, Amazon Prime, the studio that I work for, one of the greatest on God's green earth, did not believe in this show until they realized that we don't need controversy. We'd rather have conversation and be captivated by it. That's what we do over here. We learn by listening. And I like that this is a place, guys and gals, where you can have fun. It's the most positive comment section I've ever seen. So thank you, guys and gals and pals, for giving us a chance to have 6-figure views across the board at this point in only 20 months per episode, over 5 million total. And again, guys, 80,000 subscribers in just a short period of time. We really appreciate you and appreciate Prime and our sponsor, guys and gals, as we are in the fall season right now. I know that you guys can't wait for some Progresso soup, chicken noodle. Luckily, it's a 4-pack, and there's 4 of us today, so we can all consume that if we'd like. Guys, what I want to do now is consume the energy in the room. And the energy right now is all about the 3 luminaries behind the scenes. So let's go. Let's bring them in one at a time right about now. Dear Diary, I speak of the word greatness and revel in its glory. Are we exposed to such greatness through hearsay, fable, or an amazing story? Now, we've seen greatness in the form of character, dignity, honor, and passion that is hard to break. If you dismiss your passion in the form of dreams, you might wind up sobbing on Ricky Lake. Our first participant is a highly intelligent and talented human being. Her down-to-earth nature and authentic self is a breath of fresh air. She's broken barriers, she's worked tirelessly, and she's never let her dreams remain asleep. She runs the day rather than letting the day run her. So how do I get this message out regarding this next great talent? Telegram. Tell your fam. When they tune in, bam, they'll tell you like Uncle Sam that this human's being work resonates from here to Birmingham. She's fearless in the pursuit of what sets her soul on fire. She was born in Sonora, California, but grew up in Jersey, Middleton to be exact. A fellow New Jerseyite, right on, Jersey rules, and that much is a fact. Her on-screen presence and resume is vast, be it film, TV, or commercials. Her commitment to the craft of storytelling is refreshing, as she has experienced a bevy of auditions and rehearsals. Good for her, as her purpose is never distracting. As human beings, we are always adapting. Like an extroverted chameleon on ice, spitting rhymes. Her range is limitless, and her fans are always reacting. There's no subtracting the fact that she's impacting while interacting. Her career is a happening, and definitely everlasting. So let me keep rapping. Her body of work is extensive and inspirational, as she lit up the screen in The Offer, Tremors, and Far Haven. Her artistry is innovative and fresh. That's definitely what 2025 is craven. So please welcome a talented, diverse, positive human being. Last name O'Brien, first name Erin. Welcome, my friend, to the tournament.
That was so sweet. I'm definitely blushing. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm blushing. That was so sweet.
You deserve it. You're kicking butt. You're doing great. You're doing some great work. You're passionate about the craft of storytelling. I could tell from day one. And even more importantly than any of that, what you do, I'll say it on top of the program here, what you do to rescue animals who have no home, who have not been taken care of properly and appropriately, what you and your husband do, I think it's incredible work. That is something you're very passionate about, right, Erin?
Thank you. Yes, we love animals. We have 10 dogs and 5 cats. We volunteer at the shelter, which is literally 10 minutes from the house. And we just keep falling in love with dogs, and we keep bringing them home, but we also try to get them adopted too. So we're a little obsessed, but dogs are
why not? And hey, again, if you win this tournament, that means some more moolah to get more and more animals.
Yes, and to donate to the shelter. They always need stuff. So yeah, absolutely.
We have a 5-day, 5-night first-class trip to Greece for 2. We also have 15 grand on the line, which that is going to keep increasing every round, thanks to where we are now. Would you like to win the entire tournament, Erin?
Yeah, that sounds nice. I'll take all that. That sounds good.
Why not? Erin, thank you for joining us. I'll put you backstage and bring in Carlito and bring in Mr. Eric Sleepy Floyd.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much. Carlito, my friend, I'm going to bring you in, and Mr. Sleepy Floyd as well. Eric Sleepy Floyd is coming in first. And guys, we'll be off to the races. Thank you for making this, guys and gals. It's not a podcast. I'm not a podcaster or an interviewer. I'm a conversationalist, and I put that out there for all our new viewers. Nothing wrong with podcasts. They're amazing. But this is, if you ever remember one of those Mike Tyson pay-per-views, I used to buy them. You wouldn't see the Tyson fight right away, right? You'd see the press conference, the weigh-in, a little pomp and circumstance. That's what we do over here. This is an actual TV series, and that's why I'm proud that each round has taken a while to develop, because I treat each round of this tournament like a television season, and that's what we're doing. We're taking our time, and strangers are leaving us friends, and I love that. I love the connections that are being made. And guys and gals and pals, speaking of connections, I love the connection I've made with this gentleman who's become a fast friend. Guys, our second participant is a native of Gastonia, North Carolina, born to a father who was a chef and a mom who worked in textiles. Years later, he called his mom Myrtle and told her he was going to put in the miles and drop 50, which he did, and his talent was out of this world like a dominant being on the X-Files. Our participant would help his dad prepare the food, but his heart belonged onto the basketball court. If you tried guarding this legend, your body better know how to contort or resort to a strategy that can thwart his wide array of skills that would cause your defense to abort, because stopping him was like a helpless mission in which you would definitely fall short. He grew up, guys and gals, and playing in Irwin Center, which was a nearby recreation center, guys and gals and pals, and he lived 5 minutes away from big game James Worthy as they play against one another a ton with gusto as they'd hustle and scrap. James Worthy, by the way, who lost our participant in a game that most definitely put their county on the map. Gastonia only had about 45,000 people at the time, but they witnessed our participant hit the game-winning shot to win the state championship in 1978 when Clarence Big House Gaines called John Thompson to sign him on maybe It'd be a sign of fate, as Georgetown would soon find out that they were watching an all-time great. I may have the rhymes and melody, but this man's resume is so bright, I gotta wear shades, which is why it's now time to bring up his many accolades. He led Georgetown in scoring every season from 79 to 82. He was named All-Big East in 80, 81, and 82. He was named All-American in 81 and 82. He's second all-time in steals. He's a former NBA All-Star, and he ranked in the top 10 guys and gals and pals in three-pointers in 3 different seasons. He holds the NBA playoff record for most points scored in a quarter, 29 and a half, 39, and I can't wait to unpack, but let me digress as I take it back. He led Georgetown along with Patrick Ewing to the NCAA Finals, where they lost by 1 point to a Michael Jordan jump shot. As far as the NBA was concerned, it mattered not, because this man was hot as he was selected in the lottery by Jersey, coming off a playoff spot. As his legend grew and grew, midway through, he was traded to Golden State for Michael Ray, where he made everything around him better, even like a Green Beret. Mid-'80s fans at Shea, or anyone who's ever collabed with Dr. Dre. In 87, he anchored a team that upset Utah in round number 1, as the fans in the Bay Area were having a lot of fun. But wait, shh. Can you hear that? History was on the horizon. Facing the threat of being swept in round number 2 by the Lakers, this man took his team and put them on his shoulders. In Game 4, no one could have stopped him, not even Superman or the mighty Thor. They'd be better off moving boulders. This man dropped 29 points in the quarter, and his fans were in heaven. You know who watched it go down? Avi Klein and his dad back in 87. I salute this man on the station, because he has always been giving back to those less fortunate, like his tireless work for the Big Brothers, Big Sisters of America organization. His giving nature and ability to rise against the odds has given people hope, and perhaps even kept them employed. No human being could guard this man, not even a Star Trek android. His game was so multifaceted, you could figure it out even if you were one Sigmund Freud. So give it up to a talented, kind, intelligent human being. First name Eric, last name Floyd. Welcome, my friend, to round number 2.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be back. Round number 2.
I love it. I can't wait, man. This is great. Round number 1 was a fantastic. You left such a great impression during Brett Saberhagen and Shane Sparks. You both moved on. Same rules here apply. 2 out of 3 move on to round number 3. Eric, before we get into the age-old question I ask everybody, man, I love your humanity. I love how you tell stories that really resonate with people, because I feel like you have such a respect, a deep respect for human beings in general, that it doesn't really take much of an effort to connect with people. That's something I really noticed about you, my friend.
You know, when you're helping people, giving back, putting smiles on faces, and giving opportunities to people less fortunate or fortunate, just giving opportunity.
Yes, sir. Eric, I don't think we can hear you, my friend, at all. Can you? We will work on this, guys and gals. No problem. This is not a big deal. We will be fine. I think it's not muted. We might want to refresh. Try that. Yeah, that should be okay. Guys, we have Mr. Carlito in the house. I can't wait to bring him in. Getting to know Carlito, such a relaxed guy. I respect that. Very honest, very down to earth. Can't wait to bring him in. And guys, of course, Erin O'Brien is in here as well. We have 2 topics that we'll tackle. Mr. Eric Sleepy Floyd, how are you, my friend?
I am great, doing great.
Yes, sir. Me? I can hear you well. I was going to say, you do give back to so many, and I really appreciate the fact that when we talk about so many different topics that you and I delve into, whether on camera or off camera, you don't ever lose sight where you came from. You don't lose sight of that at all. I mean, you could have taken it easy on Big Game James back in the day. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'll tell you, it's always good to give back and help your brothers and sisters, whether they're fortunate or less fortunate, just putting smiles on people's faces,
sure,
giving opportunities, and making people happy. That's what it's all about. And it comes back around to serve you well. You don't do it for that purpose, but eventually it will benefit you in happiness and just seeing a smile on another man's face, another younger lady's face.
Yeah, but you know what, though? I meant what I said, too, though. Like, what you did, I think people, if you go back all the way to that recreation center that I mentioned, you were able, I think, to really kind of put that county on the map back in the day, Eric.
Yeah, we're very fortunate. James Worthy and I, growing up in Gastonia, North Carolina, about 30 miles outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. We grew up playing against one another. For all of you who don't know, James Worthy, Hall of Fame basketball player,
one of the greatest
Lakers. We grew up there and lived 5 minutes apart, Ivy. And all we did was play basketball 24/7. Our families, we went to the same church, and
yes,
you know, we grew up around, you know, good leaders in the community, people that gave back to James and I, that gave us opportunities, kept us out of trouble, kept our eye on the prize, and we made it because of where we were from, the foundation that was given to us in Gaston County. So a lot of people had a hand in our success, and we always try to give back to our hometown, and any opportunity we get a chance to give back, that's what it's all about.
I appreciate that. And this comes from someone who has such a great resume, even before the pros and all the records. I mean, winning the high jump at a track meet that you never even participated in that event before. And there you go, winning it all. You're humble. So I'll bring all that stuff up, and I'll bring this up as well. 15 grand as of now. It's going to increase. A 5-day, 5-night trip to Greece. That's set in stone for whoever wins this whole tournament. Would you like to win it all, my friend?
I would love to win, but I'll be happy for whoever wins it. And what a great opportunity that you've given to all of the participants to be involved and give their opinions and just opinions on all the different subjects that you've laid out for us. It's an honor and it's a privilege to have an opportunity to have conversations with the esteemed guest on this particular show, and also listening to all the other broadcasts throughout the year. So kudos to you and way to go.
Thank you, my friend. Iron sharpens iron, so I'm glad I'm surrounded by the best, much like yourself and Erin and Mr. Carlito. Eric, I want to put you backstage for a moment and bring you right back in. Thank you, sir. Guys and gals and pals, Mr. Carlito. Right now, I'm going to bring him in. I cannot wait to bring in Carlito, guys and gals, who, again, is part of this match. Carlito, my friend, I don't know if you can hear me back there. Yes, we can. Guys and gals and pals, let me do it right now, and we will get this thing started with topic number 1. Let me bring him in with the intro he deserves. Our next participant's professional legacy is partially rooted in his charismatic personality, as everything from his in-ring and mic skills were refreshingly extraordinary, as his dedication to the craft wonderfully has inspired fans and wrestlers alike. I say this most assuredly. When it comes to professional wrestling, his father was the architect of the sport in Puerto Rico. Soon his son, my guest, would glow, like a phoenix spreading its wings as he ascended to great heights while putting on quite the show. He was naturally funny and charismatic. Move over, Ray Romano. As his range was vast and creatively speaking, he'd go deeper than Jacques Cousteau. As I continue to rock this flow, this you should know. He's the only wrestler to win a championship on 2 separate debuts in WWE, as he delivered with passion and gusto. All you have to do is watch his picture-perfect back cracker or springboard back elbow, as he's a former WWE U.S. and Tag Champ, but I promise you there's Mo. He's a 17-time WWC Universal Heavyweight Champion, but he's won world titles all over the world, and if you're just joining us, to be sure, guys and gals, say hello, as you will soon be greeted by a man that has won world titles in FWE, NWF, PWA, and the War Promotion, BTW, and also Imperio. But here's some info. His first major storyline was with Ray Gonzalez, which culminated during a match in '99 at the Anniversario. This guest is a true Renaissance man, as many would deem it quite apropos that he went to college for business management, because it's evident that he is very thorough, as even early on in OVW, he adapted to the American style of wrestling like a certain New York Scorpio, coming to terms with La La Land, an industry filled with more lies than the one told by Pinocchio. But this man's direct approach to life is as pure as Stephen Curry and a free throw by him, as the masses rooted for him, whether they were from Tokyo or towns that rock the banjo. So please put your hands together for a kind, intelligent, talented human being, an artist you know as Carlito. Welcome, my friend, to the tournament round 2.
Thank you very much for that intro.
You deserve it, man. You totally deserve it.
Very entertaining.
So are you, man. And isn't that what kind of, I wouldn't say it's all about, but a big part of it is entertaining the masses, doing what you love. Because look, my friend, business management, you were well on your way, but then it's more than just the bug. Is it that feeling that you get back from an audience every time you perform?
Sure. I mean, there's nothing like it. That's a high you can't replicate anywhere else, you know?
Yeah. And you work with the best. You are the best. I also know a lot of people that you've taught along the way. I would definitely say this about you, and I think this is the best compliment I could say. You have a lot in common with people in this tournament. You don't really like self-promote yourself. You seem like such a down-to-earth, real guy, and I think people absorb that right away. I've had problems, even though I'm wearing a tie, with suits and ties, because I tell it like it is. Is that something you think that's tough in professional wrestling, to succeed without the politics?
Oh, sure. And politics is the biggest part of it. I probably would have gone a lot further if I. Well, I knew how to politics. It's just not in me. I just can't be fake or act like I like it if I don't. You know what I mean? I just can't look at myself in the mirror. I just like being me, and take it or leave it. It is what it is.
Well, man, I say this from the heart, man. I like you because I like who you are, and as down-to-earth as you are, brother, I connect with that right away, and I appreciate you for being you, man. And you're also very respectful, down-to-earth, chill. At the same time, my friend, not just money. Now we've got the studios behind this. We're proud that we are where we are right now. 154 Hall of Famers from the world of sports, music, wrestling, along with Oscar, Grammy, Tony Award winners. Would you like to win the entire tournament, my friend?
Sure, I'd definitely like to win it, but, like Sleepy said, man, may the best person win.
I love that.
I'd love to win, but I'm happy for whoever wins it.
Your class personified, my friend. We're going to kick things off right now, guys and gals. Miss Erin O'Brien, Mr. Eric Sleepy Floyd. We have these 3 luminaries and legends right here, and we'll start off with topic number 1. I will kick it off to Carlito first to tackle this, but let me read it out to our audience, guys. Again, Erin and Eric have the same topic that Carlito has. I call this wise words to the wise. The words you say you'll teach if you practice what you preach. And when they're spoken or written or signed, I think words are powerful enough to change someone's life. Our words beget the actions that ultimately shape our being. So in this topic, you're speaking to our large virtual audience that watches. You've chosen 3 specific words that we can all live by, Carlito. What are those 3 words, and why did you choose those 3 words to live by? If you want to break them down one at a time, feel free, my friend. Take all the time in the world. The floor is yours.
I came up with this, and the 3 words I came up with was live, laugh, love. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but as corny as corny that sounds, love is definitely something you need to have. You know what I mean? I was thinking words like passion and compassion, but love involves all that. You have to have love for the things you do. You know what I mean? You have to have love for the people you care about. And then the way compassion comes in is you have to, to have compassion, you have to have love. You know what I mean? You have to understand your brothers and people around you. And you just love is one thing you have to have in life. Word number 2, the thing that I live by is courage. Courage in the sense, obviously the way courage, in the sense that people use courage, but at the same time I've learned in life, you regret the things you don't try. You know what I mean? You have to have that courage to fall flat, to fall on your face. You know what I mean? I say people just go out, whatever fears you have, try it. You know what I mean? It's better to think I failed at something. I've done it a million times. I feel better that I failed at something than having something that I didn't try and just thinking, what could have been? Could I have done that? You know what I mean? And I tell you, you're going to fail a lot. Trust me. You got to get used to failing and just getting over it. You know what I mean? I've done a lot of times I've fallen flat, I've embarrassed myself, but at the same time, you realize it's not the end of the world. You keep going on. And then the 3rd word is appreciation. You know what I mean? You have drive in life, you have all these things you want to do, but at the same time, you got to sit back and think, and you just, no matter, you always want more, you're always thinking this and should have that, but then just take the time to just sit around and look around and think what you have and appreciate the people in your life, the things you've done, the things you have. And I think a lot of times, people, especially when they're going on with their careers and stuff, they don't take that time to just enjoy what they have. And, they're always wanting more, and you just always feel unfulfilled. I think if you take the time to settle, like, okay, I haven't done this, I didn't make that, but at the same time, wow, I've come a long way. I've done a lot, and, and look at the people I have in my life. So those basically are my 3 words that I felt more or less have guided me through what I've done in life.
You brought up the people you have in your life. I have a question for you. Do you think, I know it's a general question, but I guess in your case, do you think we become most like those we surround ourselves with?
I think we get inspired by them. You know what I mean? We could be that, but I think, I don't know me. I've always, a lot of people, not that way, but I've always wanted to be the first, especially like, let's say wrestling is my career. I didn't want to be the next, let's say Hulk Hogan or whatever. I wanted to be the first me. You know what I mean? So I take stuff, I get inspired by people. Even my dad's a wrestler. I didn't want to be like my dad. I wanted to have my own thing. I never wanted to be the next somebody.
Absolutely.
I'm sure Eric at the same time didn't want to be the next, so-and-so or in basketball. I'm sure you wanted to do your own path and achieve your own things. You know what I mean? It's great. I get inspired by people, but at the same time, Aaron, you can relate. I mean, it's great to admire what people have. But at the same time, I'd like to have my own little piece of my own little corner in my whatever, it's my job or whatever I've done in life.
Yeah,
I've never told this
story. That's so
Eric,
true.
Please.
Like you get inspired by other people, you can get motivated by other people, but do you want to blaze your own trail, make it for yourself and make it for your own name, build your own name up. As you say, as it's said now, build your brand, but you have to do it your own way. Right. But you do definitely get motivated and inspired and by I was watching tennis last night, watching those young tennis players at the U.S. Open last night.
Sure.
And they're mentioning in their interviews afterwards who inspired them, Venus and Serena. And you see this whole cast of young women coming and playing in the U.S. Open. They were inspired by someone else that they saw or someone else that motivated them to get to where they are today. So it's all about inspiration and getting motivated by other people. For sure.
I agree with that. Erin, do you concur as well?
Yeah, I think we all have role models, but at the end of the day, I think it's so important to just be yourself. Because if you're not authentic, eventually that comes crumbling down. So, and you got to be able to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, you know what? I said what I wanted to say. I was myself, and
To live with
that's
it.
all you can do.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, I know this sounds so very dramatic, but I feel like you either ride as a hero or you live long enough to be a villain, because if you aren't your authentic self, the only problem you're going to have with is yourself. You're going to have a problem with you if you're not as authentic. And I know it takes practice because, gosh, we just talked about the political nature of, I'll tell you this really quickly. I guess I've really cooled down. I've mellowed down. I had a hot temper back in the day, and it wouldn't ever lead to anything criminal or, God forbid, but I wouldn't work with certain people that I thought were not nice people, to put it mildly. I was presented with the opportunity to work with a storyteller who has now become a friend, Antonio Banderas, who's part of this celebrity tournament as well. And I loved Antonio 2 weeks after I met him, because the first day I met him, I didn't like him at all. I thought he was pretentious. And when I was working with Lionsgate, I was assigned the opportunity to write for him, to write a monologue, and also to write possibly a full feature-length script, along with 2 other writers in the writer's room. But the way he didn't treat people badly. But I didn't realize back then that the guy was working like 65 days straight. Something that Eric Sleepy Floyd, Carlito, and of course Erin working in film and TV. You know, I was such a young writer at the time. I didn't realize, you know, again, maybe someone has a reason as to why they're not giving you their smile. And if they don't want to give you their smile, it doesn't mean that you're not worthy of it or they don't have the ability to do it. But maybe, just maybe, they're going through a rut. So when I saw him 2 weeks later, he was like a different person. Except he wasn't. I realized I had a different perspective. He walked up to me and he said, I heard you don't want to write for me. Is that true? I said, well, you didn't really come across as the nicest person in the world. And I said, no. He goes, I really respected that. And do you think I meant that? I said, I don't know. He goes, do me a favor. Next time I come across that way, come over to me and whisper in my ear and tell me that I'll catch myself, because you were right. I thought about that, and I could have shaken some more hands. I could have been a bit nicer. And it's just so weird how, like, we keep so many things bottled inside, but there's someone saying, let me know. Let me know if, like, have you guys ever had those moments, you don't have to be specific, or you could, where somebody literally tapped you on the shoulder and went, wait, I don't know if you're realizing this, but you're coming across a certain way. It's happened to all of us, right? I mean, what do we do? Is it, let me ask you this. You guys could jump in one at a time if you want. Do you think it's an ego thing? Do you think it's an ego thing? Do you think we really are receptive to critique if it's coming from the right people, guys?
I think so. It depends on how they approach you. You have to be open to constructive criticism, as we say. And if you want to become a better person, become good at sports or acting, storytelling, you have to be receptive to constructive criticism. And maybe not criticism, it's just that'll, you know, maybe you should do this a certain kind of way, or explain to them. You may have offended someone.
Sure.
And you may not even realize it. But yeah, if you have the opportunity to tap someone on the shoulder, or me be tapped on the shoulder to let me know, hey, you handled that the wrong way. In my business today, I'm in real estate.
Yeah.
You know, we deal with so many different people and everybody's different. And you can't talk to everyone the same. You can't communicate with everyone the same. You have to be adaptive, and sometimes you're going to make a mistake. You may come across wrong. So I think it's very important to be open to listening, not being all defensive when someone critiques you or tell you you're doing something wrong, and just keep an open mind.
I'm glad you said that, because I know it's a lot of it's for our audience as well. And Carlito, I would dare say this, I could be wrong, but did it give you a bit of preparation being raised in the business, so to speak, kind of coming in with that mindset, knowing already that different people have to be spoken to differently, knowing that there's so many different personalities in those locker rooms?
Oh, sure. Especially coming up in the business, there's a lot of egos in wrestling. And Erin knows in show business, you know, because wrestling is a show business.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's good to be aware of something. There's some people that just aren't aware, and they just, you know, their heads are kind of, you know, too big. You know, they don't want to be told nothing. They can't accept criticism. So you kind of got to deal with all that. Now, so I try to, like, stay humble, and you know, and you know, my business, you know, you're taught to have thick skin. So I'm one of those people that I work the opposite way. You know, when you praise me all the time, it doesn't help me. When you criticize me, that kind of like actually helps you and makes me think a little more. And but being raised in the wrestling business, I learned that you got to check yourself all the time and be humble and realize that you're in this business. Yeah, sure, you're the hottest thing here, but outside of business, somebody outside of it, they might not know whatever. Like you always have to check your ego at the door.
Oh wow, yeah, and you're right. Across the board, in
You have to know what room you step into. You know what I mean?
Yes, you have to know what room. And I think even as an athlete or as an entertainer, you have to be aware of the rooms you walk into and handle the weight of who you're perceived to be, because people perceive you to be one way or the other. That's such a very good point. And Erin, you know this all too well. Casting directors, agents, managers, sometimes the pressure of being someone they want you to be, right? As opposed to who you are.
I think it gets easier like the older you get, because I think like when I started out and people would criticize me, it would be like the end of the world, like, oh, I'm the worst actor, I'm terrible. But once you get older, you let it go, you learn from it, and then you can also deal with people's egos better too. You're like,
what helped you? Was it your support system? Is that what helped you get through some of those?
I think so. I think my family's amazing. My husband's amazing. But I think it's also just growing up. With the older you get, you just don't care.
You're Jersey strong.
Yeah, exactly. You become Jersey strong, and you don't take everything to heart. You're like, whatever.
Erin, do you know that Mr. Sleepy Floyd, as a pro basketball player, started in New Jersey and finished his career in New Jersey? Yeah, in '95.
I lived in Secaucus and all over Jersey, really. But
nice. I'm familiar with all of that. I grew up in Middletown, New Jersey. I grew up in the Jersey Shore.
Okay.
South Jersey. Carlito, of course, WE Northeast promotion. Of course, they're global now. Were you ever in New York, New Jersey area for a long period of time, for an extended period of time?
No, I was not for that time. I didn't experience that. Yeah, it's one of the things I learned about New York is either you're a Yankees fan or a Mets fan. You can't be both, which I never understood. I was like, you guys got two teams. Like, no, you got to pick a side and you got to hate the other side. Like, I don't understand it.
Yeah, we're Mets.
Unfortunately, I was a Mets fan. Unfortunately, but a lot of suffering. By the way, and I appreciate you guys kind of opening up about this. I think I don't know, man. Maybe it's easier to accept people for who they are rather than rage against who we think they ought to be, because sometimes like we want someone to fit that mold, and then we realize, wait, it's not up to us; it's up to them. And if they don't fit the mold that we think they should create for themselves, we kind of like lash out on our own minds and go, what a jerk. But we don't know that we don't know what they went through. We don't know what somebody goes through day in and day out. So I'm glad we brought that part of this up, because organically I was able to get your opinions about what you were like in those rooms. What were you like in the wrestling locker rooms, Eric Sleepy Floyd, in the NBA? Think about how many people are employed in the NBA. Not many. We're talking hundreds, not thousands. And you were the best of the best. And Erin, of course, on so many different film sets. We won't get into it. We have stories, you and I. We talked about it off camera as well. So just being able to kind of pivot every time, it's not easy. But guys, hey, easy doesn't win ball games. Maybe that's what it's all about. I'm going to kick the same question over to Mr. Eric Sleepy Floyd and then Erin O'Brien. Mr. Eric Floyd, I'm going to read this out to our audience. You're speaking to our virtual audience. You've chosen 3 specific words we can all live by. What are those 3 words, and why did you choose those 3 words to live by? Whenever you're ready, the floor is yours, good sir.
Well, I had quite a few words to choose from. But I just picked 3 because he only gave us 3 options. The first one was selflessness. The second one is self-motivated. And the third is committed, being committed. But selflessness, I think, and I looked at a few definitions. There's so many different definitions for selflessness. Concern more with other people's needs above your own. So I would just stick with that. And we all have family, friends, teammates, even strangers. Being able to being able to sacrifice things that you may want to benefit someone else. Erin, you work with the dog shelters.
Yeah.
I mean, you're sacrificing so much. You're giving so much of yourself to benefit the animals, benefit the organization that you're working with daily. And that's what it's all about, giving back, being selfless. And not that it takes a lot of effort, to do that. It just takes a little bit of time. It doesn't always take financial commitment. It's all about just giving from your heart. I live here in Charlotte, North Carolina, and every time it breaks my heart when I drive and I'm at a stoplight and people out begging for money, Carlito. That just breaks my heart. And I have friends of mine that say you can't give them all money. They may use it wrong or they may not use it for the right reason. But you have to be able to put yourself in other people's shoes. For them to lower their dignity, to sit out on that road and ask other people for money, that's heartbreaking for any man or woman. So every time, and I would say to the audience out there, if you have an opportunity to give to someone on the street or go to a homeless shelter, donate your time, do it because people need it. They wouldn't be asking if they did not need it. And everyone didn't have the education, the opportunity that some other people had. I had so many people help me get to where, you know, and I'm not overly successful. I had a nice career, but I couldn't have made it without those people helping me out and pulling me out of situations when I was younger. And my parents wasn't wealthy. We had everything we needed, but I got a lot of that from my dad. My dad used to cook for the neighborhood. On Sundays, everyone used to come to our home, and it would be a line out the door, and he would just cook food all day. He wouldn't even go to church. He would stay home all morning and cook the food because he knew people would be coming to get served on Sunday. So that always stayed with me, and being able to do the same as my dad did, as my mom did, and helping people. So selflessness is a big one. Being self-motivated. When I talk to kids and I work with kids and I talk to each one of them, I say, man, you got to be self-motivated. Because most teachers, if a student is in the classroom and the student, you don't have to be the smartest, have the highest intellect, but just give effort, show the teachers or coaches that you want to learn, that you want to be better, become better. And they would gravitate, most teachers and coaches will gravitate towards that kid who's struggling but trying than someone that may be overly gifted. Because most teachers and coaches are in that industry, in that business, to help people, to help pull them up out of situations or give opportunities. So being self-motivated. I tell this story quite a bit. I had a friend of mine whose son was a great athlete. And they asked me to come over to his home one morning to go teach him basketball. And I was in the NBA at the time. And I said, sure, I'll come over and work your son out. I'll be there at 6:30 a.m. So I get to his house at about 6:15 a.m. And I ring the doorbell, Carlito, and the mother comes downstairs and said, well, he's still asleep. Can you come back? Like, what?
Yeah.
What? Now I know if I had an NBA player come to my house, I wouldn't even slept that night. I would have been waiting by that door for him to ring that doorbell. But that's just a small example of being self-motivated.
Sure.
And this you know, whether you're in basketball or softball or whatever, the acting business or the wrestling business, being motivated. If you have set goals, if you set goals for yourself, you have to be self-motivated. You can't depend on someone to tell you to go practice, go spend hours working on your craft in the acting industry. You have to do that on your own and show that you really want that. It's in your heart, that you have a passion, and just being self-motivated. It'll push you so far. And then, as you said, Carlito, if you fall down, if you fail, if you're self-motivated, you're going to get back up. No matter how many times you fail or how many times, you know, you say you have courage. Well, you may have courage and you may fail, but if you're motivated, you're going to get right back up. Right. So that's what we want to teach our kids, and not just our kids. I mean, I like to, you know, I have to keep telling myself that every day in the business that I'm in every day. Stay motivated, you know, stay self-motivated, go in early, stay late. Avi knows, he calls me like, we're going to do the show. I'm like, I don't get home late. You know, I could do it at a certain time, but because you got to be committed to what you're doing. The third word is committed, like I said, and it all comes together. You have to be committed. You got to have a passion. And most things that you're committed to, you have that passion. And what that brings is enjoyment. If you're committed to whatever it is, your craft or whatever thing that you love, if you're committed to doing it, to putting in the work, putting in the hours, researching, all the things that it takes to be successful in whatever craft you choose, then if you're committed, your chance of being successful goes up exponentially. So those are my 3 words, and I live by them. It served me well. You know, I came, like Albie said, from Gastonia, North Carolina, James Worthy and I, 45,000 people. I had a teacher of mine in high school tell me I was not good enough to play major college basketball. He told me that, my guidance counselor told me, you need to go to a small community college because you're not really good enough to play major college basketball. And I remember him telling me that, and I went home and I cried. I'm like, what is he talking about? I had confidence in myself. I had put the work in, and I was going to prove him wrong. And I think that was a motivator for me, because I'm still talking about it, and I'm 65 years old now. That was high school. So that's how much that, as you said, Carlito, that negativity that people, you know, or critique you, that drives you more. By that guidance counselor telling me that motivated me. And I ended up going to Georgetown 4 years, 14 years in the NBA. So again, selflessness, self-motivation, and being committed.
I love those words. Yeah, you and Carlito definitely. And it's funny because I don't think like our values based on how many people reinforce it. And we're seeing that now with our youngsters, like their values based on how many people are there to like their post or send an emoji. And all of a sudden these endorphins start kicking in, and they sometimes overinflate their own importance, and sometimes they don't if they don't receive enough. Either way, they're kind of bowing down to the gods of TikTok, and it's scary to see that right now across the board. And maybe it's good to tell the youngsters who can't grasp that now, tell them, look, if what I'm saying to you doesn't register, don't do it for the present, do it for the future, because you'll get it later on. Because I think about so many things. When my dad passed recently, there's like a litany of things that I remember that he said that now register. And that might be kind of the irony of life, is like as we get older and wiser, those who imparted the wisdom that we're hoping it would click when they were alive are gone. Now they're gone. You look around and you're like, wait, it's so the way it's almost put together like a script. Life is put together like a screenplay if you think about it. It's kind of strange. But I do want to bring this up to you as well. I love what you do. You got involved with the Big Brothers Big Sisters of America, and that was amazing. You worked with the police commissioner of Charlotte, Rodney Monroe, I think, right, Eric?
That's right. Yes. He had.
Wow.
Yeah, he does. He has an organization called PAL, which is the Police Athletic League here in Charlotte, that does so many amazing things here in Charlotte, working with the kids in the community, giving opportunity to education, mental support. They do so much, and while he was the commissioner here, he's no longer the commissioner here in Charlotte now, but when he was here, he made a major impact on the city. I originally knew him in Washington, D.C. when I was at Georgetown. He was the commissioner in Washington, D.C., and he ended up coming to Charlotte, North Carolina. So just being involved in different organizations, as I mentioned before, just looking for an opportunity to give back, looking for opportunity in organizations to associate with who you know that's going to make an impact. And they're doing it for the right reasons. And, you know, I worked with St. Jude's and did a lot with them as well. Just, you know, taking the time to give back. And again, it makes me feel good. I mean, you know, I don't really know how to explain it. Erin, you know, working with the little puppies, you know.
Yeah, no, it's so rewarding. I get it.
It's so rewarding.
And with the animals and Carlito with the kids who he provides smiles to, it's like, I think that's the first question I asked Carlito was like, isn't that what it's all about at the end of the day, is doing something you love because of the reactions the positive reactions you're receiving from others? I mean, it's got to be a big factor. Now, you mentioned the police, of course. I knew there was one group you weren't getting involved with, and that was the fire department, maybe your local fire department. Because, guys, I don't know if you know this, in 1987, and throughout his whole career, of course, this man was hot. But that one specific in 1987, I'm talking 20, am I right? No, 30, how many, 31 points in a quarter?
29.
29 points in a quarter.
I'll
watched
take 31.
They took it. And just to let the audience know, this is a man that was guarded by, of course, different Laker players. But if you're thinking about one of the greatest defensive players of all time, especially in the 80s, Michael Cooper, who was known as a first-team All-Defensive Player of the Year. Nobody could lock down Mr. Floyd. He won't say it, I will. And it wasn't just that game. You're a former All-Star. But I loved how it was like, you know what? We're going to go into L.A. and show them what we got. We're going to show them who we are. I believe it was it Mother's Day, Eric?
Mother's Day, yeah.
And didn't you tell your mom you were going to have a surprise for the Lakers?
Well, no, I didn't tell her that, but
No.
she was at the game. They had flew out for Mother's Day, and I mean, it just happened, man. My mom was there.
Wow.
And the Lakers, obviously, they had Kareem and Magic.
Yeah.
You know, they were a well-oiled machine, and we were just a little team, Golden State. We were just happy to make the playoffs. So.
What a team, man. You and Purvis Short was there. I think Joe Barry Carroll at that point was there as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Man, I got to say this. Carlito, were there moments in your career that meant a lot to you because your family was in attendance?
Well, I had the opportunity to have my family in the ring.
Wow.
I remember I had a match with my dad, my brother, myself. We did a 3-on-3 tag match, so that was kind of cool.
That's amazing.
We didn't drop play none on Showtime, but we had a good night that night.
That's amazing, though, man. Wow. So let me ask you this: was that a one-off? Was that sort of a thing that happened every now and again?
I think it was just a one-off, yeah. So it was kind of cool that happened at least once.
What? Okay, it's the writer in me. How did you feel like, or if you remember, maybe you don't, how did you feel prior to that? Like maybe a few moments prior, is there an extra dose of adrenaline coursing through your veins at this point, or?
Sure, yeah. You just, you're with your family in there, so you want to put on a show at the same time, appreciate the moment.
That's so cool.
Because like you said, like it's only one time, so luckily I appreciated that one moment. But
yeah,
it's just for all of us being, when you're all involved in the same business, it's kind of cool, So to all be there at one time together was pretty nice.
And again, I know you're not going to say this, but people should know this. Your father, an absolute legend in Puerto Rico. If you want to use the term the Ric Flair or the Hulk Hogan, that's what Carlito's father was and still is, of course, with all the work, and not just the work in the ring, of course, running a promotion, which is, I don't know how the man did it. I mean, he was an icon in the ring and outside the ring as well. It's insane when you think about it.
Yeah, sure. That's crazy. I don't know how I did it. Yeah, you're right.
Wow. Erin, being on set, I'll ask you the same question as well. Were there any moments sometimes where you had a family member, and you know how it is in our film and TV industry, sometimes people go, why did you choose that career path? Why weren't you a lawyer? Why weren't you this? And all that. I've heard that a lot too. Well, you got into law. Well, you haven't used your GPA for anything, Avi. But at the end of the day, you pursue what you love. Did you ever have a moment on set where somebody, or maybe something they watched of yours and they go, okay, now I know why you chose this. You're really talented.
Yeah, I think my family, like when I was in high school, were kind of like, oh, you're sure about this? But I'm the youngest, and my sister and brother have normal jobs, 9 to 5s, and pretty normal jobs. Anyway,
sure.
So they're very supportive, and they're like, oh, Erin, just she's different. She does, she's an artist. She's an
It's
actor.
okay. She's the youngest. It's fine.
Yeah. So, and they're still like, I'm 44 now, and they're still like, oh, Erin just living her crazy little life. But they're very proud, and they go to all my premieres when I have
that's awesome
premieres, and I get to bring my nieces to set. I've done that a few times.
Sure.
But it doesn't. My family's awesome.
I think that's amazing that they're supporting. Yeah. You know what? I have a theory. I think by the time I'm the youngest as well, I think we kind of wear out our parents at that point. They have no strength. So they're just like, do whatever you want.
Pretty much.
The eldest siblings get it the worst. They get it the worst, but the youngest, not so much.
Oh,
maybe.
yeah. But they were not really strict, but much
Yeah.
stricter with my brother and sister. And then for me, it was like, whatever.
Yeah.
The youngest got off easy.
Yeah.
I was the two older ones, and it was way different for them than it was for us growing up.
Oh, yeah.
Are you
the middle or the oldest? Or
I'm the second oldest.
Okay,
There's four of us. I'm second oldest, yeah. But they got way easy compared to the first two.
Absolutely. We're
you
grateful
ever kind of give credit to your siblings going, hey,
Yeah.
if you guys only knew how hard I got it, right? You ever kind of give them a little bit of that? Because I only have one older sibling. He tells me that all the time. He says, man, you don't even know.
What's the age difference?
4 years.
Oh, yeah, I can see that, yeah.
4 years.
Yeah.
He was like a second parent, really, to be honest with you.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah. And, guys and gals who are watching, tell us your stories as well. We were interested in your comments. Of course, this is a Saturday night, TKN Saturday nights, guys and gals and pals. Thank you again to our national corporate sponsor, Progresso Soup. This is a 4-pack of chicken noodle. If you have not grabbed one, I suggest that you do. This is a 4-pack that I guarantee you at some point, Erin, Carlito, myself, and Sleepy Floyd will devour. That's how good Progresso Soup is. But if you want them, Progresso Soup, if you want Erin or Eric or Carlito to eat this on camera. A little bit of that, all right? Don't be stingy.
I got
Don't
a
be
bunch in the
stingy.
cabinet.
They love your soup. Guys, they're an amazing sponsor, and you guys are amazing. And right now, Miss Erin O'Brien, guys and gals and pals, she's been amazing as well, as have Mr. Carlito and Eric Sleepy Floyd. Same question for you, Erin. 3 words that you've chosen that we can all live by. What are those 3 words? Why did you choose them? Whenever you're ready, the floor is yours, my friend.
All right, the first one is love, because I think that's why we're all here. You know, I think love is the most important thing. And, you know, I see it every day with these dogs. Like, they've been through, like, hell, these rescue dogs, and they still just, like, love you so much. And it just, you know, opens up your heart. Like, today I stopped by the rescue or the shelter, and there was this one dog, this shepherd mix, and he had a terrible life. He was locked up in a tiny cage, even though he's a big dog, with a tire against it. And that was his whole life. So a few weeks ago, the shelter went and got him, and he's the nicest dog. And he's so full of love, and he's so sweet, and he just like sits on my lap and he plays with me, and it's like amazing. Like they teach you, like, you know what, something bad happened to me, but I am nothing but love, and I just feel like that's how we should be. All right, my next one is gratitude, because I feel like we should be grateful for everything, for all the little things. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is I pray and I thank God for literally everything. Just, you know, the fact that I woke up, the fact that I'm healthy, the fact that I have a family, the fact that I have love. But I feel like it's like an important thing to do, to remind ourselves that, you know, even if we're, you know, we get annoyed or upset about things, like, we have so much to be grateful for. And then my last one is optimism. I just think it's good, you know, in a world that can be really negative, to just try to keep that mindset at all times. I think it'll get you further than being negative and down.
I got to ask you a question, Erin. Can optimism, this sounds like a weird question, but I'm playing devil's advocate. Can optimism sometimes hurt us?
Sure. If like you have very high expectations, or you're, you know, a little too optimistic, yeah, you can get disappointed. But I feel like, again, like that, like, comes with age, where I feel like at this point in my life, like, I can deal with disappointment. I think when you're younger, it's a little bit harder, but I just think it's good to try to be as positive as you can.
What if you can't? What if you can't find it in you? What if you're in a rut? What gets you out of a rut? And again, Mr. Eric Sleepy Floyd, Mr. Carlito, we all have maybe things that get us out of a rut that only work for us, but maybe perhaps they can work for our viewers. Erin, what gets you out of a rut sometimes?
You know what I'm going to say.
Yes, I do.
My dogs. They're just so happy and so entertaining. And they're just so full of joy.
Sure.
And also, if I'm upset, and I tell other people to do this too, like, just go to your shelter. And these dogs are just, they're going to change your mood, because they're in a little prison. And when you walk by their, you know, their cell, they're so down and upset or antsy or whatever. And then you take them out for a walk, and they just are licking your face, and they're so grateful and so happy just to even have that 20 minutes or whatever it is out of that cage. Like, that will put everything into perspective.
I think,
Eric,
if you're in a rut, just as we mentioned right now, just go out and do something for others. Do something for someone else.
Right.
Even at your lowest point. I remember times when I had been at my lowest point. I've always tried to say, okay, what can I do to get my mind off of my own situation? So let me put my focus on someone else or something else.
Sure.
And that always helped me personally.
Yeah, helping others to get out of your rut. Carlito?
I've learned, I mean, I'm weird or whatever. I've learned not to run away from a rut.
Sure.
I just feel like it lasts longer. When someone starts feeling a rut, you know, I take a minute, I just sulk in it. I let the rut catch me, because eventually you just get tired of being a rut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You sulk, you know, you get tired of feeling sorry for yourself, and you're like, all right, you know, you start to pick yourself up. You know what I mean? I feel a lot of times you try to run away from avoiding it. And I started thinking, I was like, you know, I'm in a rut, and I just, all right, let it engulf me. And then, all right, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of being moping around. I'm tired of being unproductive. I'm tired of it, and I just kind of get over it. And that's how I kind of deal with the rut. I feel like you get through it fast if you just accept it, you know, because it happens. You always have your ups and your downs, but you know that you're not going to be down forever. You know that, you know, it's a ebb and flow of everything that goes on. So I'm like, you know, all right, I'm dealing down or whatever. Okay, what's going on? All right, I'm dealing with it. Okay, you know, I'm tired of this. I'm going to pick myself up. I'm motivated, and now let's go out there and do better.
I like that a lot. Yeah, sometimes when people say hoist yourself up or pick yourself up, you know, we commend them because they care, of course, and they don't want to see us in a rut. But you have to go through it instead of around it. You got to go through it. And sometimes, like, I've been in those situations before, and I'm gonna be bold and honest because I feel like, you know, every time I'm on with some of you amazing individuals who right now, of course, are represented by Eric Sleepy Floyd, Carlito, and Erin O'Brien. Everyone in this tournament has these deep stories you've shared. I lost my fiance 2 weeks before we were supposed to get married. So she died.
Geez.
Yeah, and this is years back. She had an aneurysm, and she was complaining about migraines, and I get them too. So dumb old me said, hey, just get some Advil liquid gels. You'll be fine. You know, you don't need to go to a neurologist like she wanted to go to. And then, you know, we're setting up to the wedding, and she goes to the florist, and she drops dead right there. And living with that, knowing I could have prevented it, I did what Carlito suggested by staying there. Everyone said it's not your fault, and I'm hearing these words, but they don't really affect me at that point. They're not affecting me. I had to live with the guilt for such a long time that eventually I had to, like, realize that I was the only one that was capable of getting myself out of that rut. Nobody else was. No offense to the people who try to help. But it was insane. And recently that her family just reached out to me and said, hey, you know, it wasn't your fault. And I know, again, it sounds sappy. I'd rather be sappy than cynical, though. But it sounds sappy, but like it felt like a Lifetime movie. But I felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I'm like, wow, I never thought I'd be one of those guys that needs to hear that. But as soon as they said that, it was a whole family. It was like a Zoom call. I was like, wow, I feel better, a whole lot better.
Yeah.
So, man, you guys are giving some gems to our audience. I really appreciate that. God Almighty.
Well, that's a tough situation you went through. Man, my thoughts goes out to you and her family, because that had to be hard to deal with in the moment. As you said, it put you in a rut, and fortunately, you had people around you telling you and giving you support that it wasn't your fault. But again, at that time, you probably couldn't hear those words, those positive words.
Right.
But the fact that you knew people were there to support you, I'm sure went a long way.
You did. I appreciate that. Yeah. Like after the fact, it did for sure. You know, and, you know, I'll tell you this much. What didn't help was the fact that even if I was trying to get distracted, I couldn't, because I'm a Knicks fan, Eric. I'm a Knicks fan. So I couldn't watch New York Knicks basketball. They weren't helping me. Now they started doing well when I stopped watching. All of a sudden, now the Knicks. I'll tell you what, guys. Again, thank you for watching. Eric Sleepy Floyd, Mr. Carlito, Erin O'Brien, all here giving us gems. We appreciate their time, and we appreciate the time of all of those that we lost. This is a very brief video of those that we lost that were part of the TKN Celebrity Tournament, and then we will finish things up right after this video with topic number 2, our final topic. This is a memorial to those that we've lost. Trio of options for Gallagher, more underrated than why? Sauerkraut, Henry Kissinger's deep soothing voice, or dogs wearing sweaters?
I like dogs wearing sweaters.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, I haven't done an interview in 20 years.
What a classy guy, Gallagher. Classy guy. Mr. Sizemore, first name Tom. How are you, my friend? I could turn the volume lower if you'd like next time. If you'd like me to do that, Tom, I could do that.
Wow, that was something else. I don't know what I can do now.
Oh, please.
That was terrific, man.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. And you know what? As charming as a guy that you are, man, and as honest as a guy as you are, and as down-to-earth as a guy as you are, you played a character that isn't so down-to-earth named Scrooge in college. You played Scrooge, and of course, I feel like a thespian should rely on their instinct. Do you feel like you rely on your instinct a lot as a storyteller as well?
I mean, playing Scrooge at that young an age was, when I think about it now, I only way I could have done it is I was relying on my instincts. You know, I could have done it the other way. Okay.
More underrated than why? Unicycles, Italian men named Skippy, or sophisticated dinosaurs?
What? More sophisticated dinosaurs?
Yeah,
I want to say the sentence. Italian men named Skippy. I just want to say.
Yes. Yeah. Italian men named Skippy.
I just want to say the sentence. Italian men named Skippy.
Yeah, something you'll ever hear. Yeah. Did you have fun? Did you have a nice time?
I had a great time. It was ball.
Yeah, man.
I want to do it again. This is great.
I just think it's going to be, a lot of fun for people. I don't think people like this on the air. I don't think really. No, there isn't. I just think it's going to be I'm very interested in how people respond to it, because I know it's going to be interesting and see if people tune in and stay tuned in, and I really hope they do. And You know, I'm all yours, bro. Let's go out and make this work. All right? I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.
I teach a workshop, and one of my students finally said about my class about iambic pentameter. He finally said, I got it, and he was excited. And it was both his elation and those 3 words that make it worthwhile, right?
Amen. Amen. You got it. But I think I've got to have equally passionate people involved in the production of it. That passion will override any reservations anybody has as to the show's potential for entertainment or education.
Did you feel as if transitioning to the stage and performing live theater was a natural fit for you?
Yes, I did. I always felt very comfortable on stage, more so on stage than I did in film or television. So I'm looking forward to you, Avi, giving me your thoughts and your input, because as I told you, that piece that you sent me is, I love good writing, and I think
Thank
that's
you,
been
sir.
the secret of my career. And this is a beautiful piece of writing, as I said. I'm referring to the piece that you wrote me. You're onto something because you're a writer. You're a creative force, and I want to hook up.
Thank you so much for those kind words, guys. Thank you for being you, my friend. I appreciate you and respect you wholeheartedly.
And that goes double for me to you, Avi.
What a man John Amos was. What a mentor. There's my pop, the handsome devil.
Love that.
Big guy. He was about 6'7" in his prime, but so mild-mannered. You guys would have loved him. He's a really mild-mannered guy. Yeah, there's no doubt about that. I asked this question. I think I asked it to Carlito recently. It's something I'm always fascinated with. I never asked Eric this question or Erin. I'll ask Carlito the same question as well. If you guys had someone that you lost that you think would handle any problem you had in the form of a conversation, who would it be? If you could turn to someone that you lost in your life, someone up there, to allow you to vent, who would it be?
Oh, that's a good question.
Who comes to mind?
Like a vent to, that's a good question. Probably my Uncle Noel.
Right.
He was, I think he was murdered in 1994.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You know, we all have sad stories, right? It all happens. But yeah, he's one of those old school, like, tough guys. You know what I mean? We didn't really have heart to hearts. You know, that's kind of the way I grew up. My dad and I, we never had heart to hearts, but I think my longest conversation on the phone, my dad's about 2 minutes. And to me, it's just perfect. You know what I mean? That's what I got from that. My mom's the other one that would, like, if I would fall down and I'd hit my knee or something, my dad would be like, you know, don't be a punk, you know, whatever, walk it off. And then I could run to my mom and she would baby me and whatever. So I kind of got both. Both sides. I knew where to man up and where I could get away with, you know, famous stuff. So yeah, my uncle's like that, and he was just like, he just tell you straight, you know what I mean? And he didn't sugarcoat anything. He was very direct. He didn't care how it came off.
Sure.
He didn't care about hurting your feelings. So that's one thing I kind of appreciated about him. He was just a straight shooter, you know. So I can go to him, and he could tell me straight, you know. And if it's you know, a lot of people sometimes, you know, they say, you know, like a lot of kids, they're protective of their kids. They'll say, "Oh, it wasn't my."
Sure.
You know, so that's probably the person that I would go to.
Yeah, so sometimes even people who aren't our parents, we can click with more for some reason. Maybe we feel as if we can tell them more because with our parents, we don't want to disappoint them. So going to an outside source sometimes could be something that maybe could be beneficial. Eric, is there anyone at all that you can think of that you lost that you would have a conversation with if you could when things are going rough?
Did you say Eric or Erin?
Eric or Erin, anyone who could jump in.
Or my dad, he was pretty cool. You know, he's pretty calm. He could evaluate situations that may have been high intensity. It would always bring the intensity level down so you can discuss and problem solve in a calm manner, which is a gift. A lot of people can't do that.
It's true.
Sometimes we get so emotional and for good reason a lot of times. but you have to bring the temperature down. And that's kind of how he communicated with me and throughout my childhood or when I saw him deal with other situations away from me. He was always seemed to be, to me, the calmest person in the room, and got people to think more level-headed than if you were so emotional and really not listening to the other person talk or speak. And I thought that he had a great gift in that. And I try to translate that kind of calmness to my kids in tough situations.
I could tell.
You know,
I could
especially
tell,
when they make mistakes or your kids make mistakes. You know, you want to let them know that it's going to be okay. We're going to work through it, no matter which way it goes. We're going to work through it, but it will be okay. And that's kind of how I've tried to emulate my dad in some way.
You speak comfort. Like when you speak, there's something comfortable about what you say. And when Carlito speaks, you don't question anything comes out of his mouth because it's real. I've said that before. And Erin, when you speak, I love how all the conversations, and I mean this, do go back to the pets because you're saving lives. I mean, there are lives out there, cats and dogs and all pets who are getting, shunted and they're not really prioritized. And, but Eric, when you speak the language of comfort, my friend. I really believe that.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
But I'm not 100%. I mean, most of the time I really try to communicate in that fashion.
Sure.
There's no perfect. I'm not perfect. There have been situations where I've not been that way, but most of the time, and that's the way I would like to try to communicate.
Of course. And we're in good company because being perfect is boring. Who wants to be
right.
perfect?
Nobody.
Yeah, right. It's boring. Erin, what about you? If you had a conversation with someone who's gone right now, if you could vent to them, who would it be?
I would say my Aunt Susan. She was like so sweet and so warm and so loving, and literally everybody loved her. And people who she wasn't their aunt called her Aunt Susan. Like she's everybody's Aunt Susan.
Sure.
And she was the sweetest. She passed away a couple years ago.
I'm sorry.
But she was the best. She was very warm and like motherly and all those wonderful qualities. Yeah.
Was she from Jersey?
She was.
They better listen to her.
City, actually. So she had like the biggest Jersey City accent ever.
Right.
Yeah.
That's she kept people in order that way. Of course, she got respect.
She was great. Yeah.
But no, it's good to hear. Even people weren't related to her would go to her. I think that's pretty awesome. But I got to tell you, and that's an underrated thing, which is why, very, very briefly before we get into our final topic, we're going to play a game called More Underrated. More Underrated. We haven't played this game. Eric, Sleepy Floyd, and Carlito and Erin, they have played different games before, like I'd Pay, but never More Underrated. And that's the game we're going to play. I'm going to give Eric, Carlito, and Erin a trio of options of things that I think are underrated. They'll let me know which ones they think are more underrated and why. Of course, this is wacky. It's supposed to be. It's the levity portion of the show. I'm going to kick this off to Eric, Sleepy Floyd first. What do you think, good sir, is more underrated of the following? Hole-in-the-wall coffee shops, restaurants named Food and Stuff, or diners that are simply named Eats?
Diners that's named Eats.
Underrated. Yeah, I would say so.
Very underrated. Very underrated.
You've been on the road a lot. All three of you have been on the road. Like sometimes, aren't those like those little dives some of the best food that you've ever eaten?
The
Like
best food you can find. The diners.
Yeah.
You can't find that anywhere. You can't find that in a gourmet restaurant.
No. But you do agree though that like if you're I used to write these for Showtime. If you ever write those 2 a.m., special, sometimes Richard Grieco would be the star. If you ever write those late, there's like a vagabond who's driving by a New Mexico desert and you see a restaurant named Eats and you see the S dangling somewhere in neon white. And you just have Eat. And it's not the most inviting place in the world. And you're telling the protagonist, don't go in there. And they go in there every time. It happens every single time. So Eats is the thing. For Mr. Sleepy Flood, I asked Carlito the same question. What do you think is more underrated of the following and why? Hole-in-the-wall coffee shops, restaurants named Food and Stuff, or diners named Eats?
I would say hole-in-the-wall coffee shop.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't know what you're going to find there. Sometimes you can find the most amazing coffee. Sometimes you can find some amazing stuff, either good or bad. You know what I mean? You can find some eccentric people you'd never see in your life, and then suddenly you can meet somebody that'll just blow your mind of how intelligent or how amazing they are. You know what I mean? Or sometimes you just leave with a story. I said, I went to this hole-in-one coffee shop. You're not gonna believe what happened there or what I saw. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of adventure you can find in a hole-in-one coffee shop.
Yeah, I think about it, being a New Yorker, there's so many interesting people you can meet in coffee shops. That's a good one, too. Erin, if you concur or not, let's see. Hole-in-the-wall coffee shops, restaurants named Food and Stuff, or diners named Eats?
Hole-in-the-wall coffee shops. I feel like it's great for people watching. And even if the coffee sucks, you can leave with great stories. But maybe the coffee's great.
Could be. But you're there for the people, but, you'll take the coffee, of course.
Right.
I'll ask Mr. Sleepy Floyd the same question right now. Well, it's a different trio of options I have for Mr. Sleepy Floyd. What do you think is more underrated and why? Sneezing 5 consecutive times, filling up a cup to the top without it overflowing, or sociology professors named Buster?
Filling up the cup without it overflowing.
Oh, yeah, that's underrated. Do you ever do that?
That's very underrated, because I did bad this morning. I bought my girl hot tea.
Yeah.
And it's
It happened to me too. It happens to me every time before a show. I can never get these suckers right. So I get that. Hot tea, is she okay?
She's fine.
Okay. Yeah, no, it happens.
She survived. She got us online.
That happens, man. It really does. Carlito, what do you think is more underrated of the following and why? Sneezing 5 consecutive times, filling up a cup to the top without overflowing, or sociology professors named Buster?
I got to agree with Eric. It's filling that thing to the top and not seeing one drop spill.
Yeah.
Sneezing, it's annoying. There's no accomplishment. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know who feels special after sneezing 5 times. You know what I mean? It's the worst, especially if you're in public. You know what I mean? It's the worst thing. You know what I mean? It's the worst thing ever.
It's the worst. It's the worst.
Yeah, and the Buster thing. Nothing impressive about that. Yeah, but filling it to the top and not seeing it, that's you feel some kind of accomplishment doing that.
I would agree. I've never done it, so I would think I would feel really accomplished after doing that. Erin, what about you, my friend? I'll ask you the same question for our audience as well who are just joining in. What do you think is more underrated and why of the following? Sneezing 5 consecutive times, filling up a cup to the top without it overflowing, or sociology professors named Buster?
It's the cup, because literally before I got on with you guys, I made green tea and I filled to the top, and I'm like dodging all the dogs because it was spilling everywhere.
There's that tea again.
Yeah.
Let's stay away from that tea. We got a couple more, and then our final topic, and we are out of here. What do you think is more underrated and why of the following? Unicycles, lawnmowers that dislike lawns, or 95-year-old woman having fun in a mosh pit at a Metallica concert?
Give it to me again.
Yeah, sure. Of the following, which do you think are more underrated and why, Eric? We have unicycles, lawnmowers that dislike lawns, or 95-year-old women having fun in a mosh pit of a Metallica concert? Unicycles. Yeah.
That's very underrated.
Yeah. You don't see them too often, right?
You don't see them. And when I do, at halftime up at a basketball game or something like that, you'll see it. And I'm just amazed.
Yeah.
I'm amazed at the talent to be able to cycle that thing, and they hold in plates. And it's unbelievable. I wish I could do it. Every time I see it, I wish I knew how to do that. So.
They did a funny skit with Charles Barkley and Shaq on a unicycle, and I'll send it to you.
I got to see that.
It's worth watching. Carlito, my friend, which do you think is more underrated and why of the following? We have unicycles, lawnmowers that dislike lawns, or 95-year-old women having fun in a mosh pit of a Metallica concert?
It was personal for me. Unicycles are very impressive, but I saw my grandmother I think a month before she passed.
Right.
She was about 87, 88. She was in a home, in a wheelchair, and she was just miserable. Like, she couldn't wait to go.
Sure.
Like, I remember, I knew it was the last time I was going to see her, and I remember when they, it's funny, quite funny thing was, I was sitting there talking to her, and she kept on asking me questions. So I thought, let me reciprocate, let me ask her questions. Well,
sure.
Yeah, but how are you? Whatever. She goes, I'm in a damn home. She got mad at me. Like, I'm in a damn home. What do you think I'm doing? I don't do anything. I'm in the chair. Oh, Grandma, I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make conversation with you. And then when they told me later, I wasn't even upset. I was happy for her. Like, she was telling me, don't get to this age. I'm telling you, there's nothing to look forward to. It's miserable. So to see a 95-year-old in a mosh pit, having the time of her life, you know what I mean? Good for her, man.
God bless.
Salute to her. I wish everyone could get to that age and be in a mosh pit.
I agree with you. Carlito, don't you agree at that age you could really do no wrong? You deserve whatever you want in life.
Just be happy. If you're still happy at that age, and you can good for you. That's
absolutely.
I wish everybody could get to that.
I'm with you there. And again, guys and gals and pals, you could play along as well with Eric Sleepy Floyd, Carlito, and Erin O'Brien. I actually do this exercise at a workshop. I teach a storytelling acting workshop for free. Been doing it for years. It gives you a chance to illustrate something in your mind that you never thought you would. So that's kind of what the purpose of the exercise is. You're really expanding your brain going, I never thought I'd be thinking or answering something like this. But here we are. Erin O'Brien, what do you think is more underrated and why of the following? We have unicycles, lawnmowers that dislike lawns, or 95-year-old women having fun in a mosh pit of a Metallica concert.
So when Carlito was talking about grandmothers, I just thought of my grandmother who used to try and mow her own lawn at like 80 something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She was like, my grandma was something else.
Yeah.
She was the kind of woman, I loved her, but she was the kind of woman that like didn't like anybody. She's a little grumpy, but she insisted on doing like her using the push mower and mowing her lawn. So that's what that reminded me of my grandmother.
The lawnmowers, yeah.
I don't know if that answered the question, but
Sure, yeah, why not? Yeah.
That's what it made me think of.
I used to try to mow the lawn and had a lawnmower that I don't think liked lawns. Every time I used it, it wouldn't mow, but when my brother would, it would. So it probably didn't like me, actually. That's probably what it was. Didn't
Me
like
too.
us.
I have a push mower that I used to use where the dogs play.
Oh,
That thing was terrible, but it was a good workout.
The push mowers, yeah.
Yeah.
Love that. It really is. Guys and gals and pals, thanks for playing along right now because we are about to wrap things up with our final topic. I will ask right now, guys and gals and pals who are watching, Mr. Eric Sleepy Floyd, the first question here. It's still.
Oh, I'll be positive all people.
Oh,
he's usually the one that's on point.
Oh.
He's usually the one. Yeah, he's usually the one that's.
That's surprising. Javi, we can't go on without you.
Am I gonna have to read the question?
Yeah, I know. All right, I'm taking over for Javi. I'll go get my sunglasses.
I wonder if we can hear us.
Javi, is anyone else getting a stiff neck? I don't know if I look crazy.
I know it. Yeah.
I keep stretching.
Yeah.
Because whenever you do these things, you're hunched over, trying to make sure you're in the screen.
Yeah, and I'm like looking at everybody closely. And it hurts.
Yeah. We'll probably sign back in. Don't say calling you.
Hello? Yeah, you froze.
Oh no.
Do you want us to go ahead and do the question? Or? Okay. All right. Okay. He's going to pop in 1 minute.
Okay, I was gonna say like who are we voting to be Javi? Not it.
Just jump back in.
Can you guys hear my dog?
No, we don't hear no.
There's one, our poodle. He does a little howl, and I hear him doing it.
I thought we'd hear dogs from 10. You said there's 10, right? We'd hear
10, yes.
And then I heard our hound dog a little bit. So
yeah, no, we don't hear no.
She's always like going off.
There we go. That happens.
There he is.
Yeah. Don't watch The Lawnmower Man. It's a horror movie, and I just ragged about lawnmowers. It might have something to do with it.
Oh, God.
We're going to finish things up with topic number 2. We'll start with Mr. Eric Sleepy Floyd. A day without laughter is a day wasted. So we're going to have fun here. In this scenario, the gods of comedy have chosen you for a special experiment, Eric. They figure out how to transport 2 historical figures to present-day society. They want to see how these historical figures adapt to today. You've been provided with a 3-bedroom apartment and the right to select 2 historical figures as your roommates. If we're up to you, which 2 historical figures would you select as your roommates? Which of the 2 are you most likely to bond with socially and why? Which of the 2 will be the one you lean on for advice? And which of the 2 is likely to drive you absolutely bonkers and why? My friend, whenever you're ready, the floor is yours.
The 2 that I would choose would be Muhammad Ali and Arthur Ashe. Muhammad Ali, the legend boxer, and Arthur Ashe, the great legend tennis player, African-American tennis player. And one reason for Muhammad Ali is just for what he stood for, advocating for civil rights, just his stance, sacrificing, being selfless, being committed to what he believed in. He turned down an opportunity to go to Vietnam to fight for the country because he felt that blacks and brown people were not afforded the same rights as everyone else, being willing to sacrifice his career and actually go to jail. I don't know how many people would actually do that, sacrifice their career, and being selfless enough and being able to put himself, he was a very wealthy man at that time, very successful, obviously very charismatic, and adored all around the world. And for him to take himself out of his own shoes and being able to understand the plight of the less fortunate or other people who wasn't on his level, and sacrificing his career and really go up against the government and say, look, I'm not doing that. You're going to have to put me in jail. So having Muhammad Ali share an apartment with me, I could be able to talk with him. I can listen to his rhymes. I can, how is he so confident? Where did he get all that courage from? Did he get it from his parents? Did he get it from someone else? I would have so many questions I would want to ask him that made him what he became, because he was an outstanding person and just a enduring figure all around the world. And so that would be my reason for choosing Muhammad Ali. Many other reasons, but we don't have enough time. And also Arthur Ashe were very much the same reasons. Him advocating and educating people with AIDS before we even knew what AIDS was. He stepped out there on the limb and started educating the community, the country, the world on AIDS. Him also fighting, advocating for civil rights, and just being selfless. I'll use that word in our earlier questions because it's so important. I mean, if you cannot be selfless and help someone else and can feel their pain, if you can feel another person's pain, and these two men exemplify that because they put their careers on the line for other people. Which one would annoy me the most? Obviously Muhammad Ali, because then I wouldn't be able to shut him up. I would have to listen to him. I wouldn't be able to sleep because he was a talker and he was a beautiful poet. And so I think he would be the one that would annoy me the most. But those two, I mean, when I think about historical figures and being and sacrificing what they had and looking out for other people, those are my two.
That's amazing. Yeah, I'm glad you picked those. And again, trials and tribulations galore. Hoover bugged Martin Luther King, something a lot of the kids don't know about. He bugged him, and there was a particular point in time where a lot of his speeches were actually switched. So there were people internally in his camp, a lot of people don't know this, that were on the wrong side, essentially, and they would switch his speeches. And the man had such a high IQ and the ability to retain everything that he wrote that it didn't matter. Because once he stepped up to the podium, he knew exactly what to say from here and from here. So really, really great stuff there. Of course, Muhammad Ali, and prior to that, Cassius Clay, an Olympian as well. And a lot of people that say Muhammad Ali was inspirational to them, he brings up what inspired him. A pro wrestler, a legendary wrestler named Gorgeous George inspired Muhammad Ali. That's where he got the gift of gab. And Carlito, of course, with your pedigree and being a second-generation wrestler as well, great to see that Muhammad Ali actually gave a lot to pro wrestling and told him that it taught him everything else besides for just the sport. It told him how to market himself. It taught him how to get attention from an audience. It really taught him, again, that gift of gab to be able to sell a fight. How do you sell a fight? There's no one in this world better than a pro wrestler that knows how to sell a wrestling exhibition or a bout. So Muhammad Ali, great choice there. Arthur Ashe, passed away 92, 93. And you're right, he was so sick at the time, but yet he was still championing all of those who felt like they couldn't do anything. He was the first one to say, look, I'm dying. There were a lot of people, of course, who passed away prior to that. There was Rock Hudson. He passed away from AIDS. And then, of course, Freddie Mercury, he passed away from AIDS. But they were in such a weakened state, they couldn't really do much. Of course, they were still inspiring people through their words and sentiments. Arthur was traveling while he was dying, which is incredible. So great roommates there. Guys and gals and pals who are watching, play this game along if you'd like. I will kick it over to Mr. Carlito with the same question. I'll kind of speed through it if we're up to you. Which historical figures would you select as your roommates? Which of the two are you most likely to bond with socially and why? Which of the two will be the one you lean on for advice more so than the others? And which of the two is more likely to drive you absolutely bonkers and why? Carlito, my friend, the floor is yours whenever you're ready to go, good sir.
Well, Aaron, you went the last time. Do you want to go ahead first, or do you
No,
want
no, no. It's all you.
Carlito, are these mind games?
I'm ready to go. The two I picked, well, the first one was Martin Luther King, just because after Obama was president, with the Trump stuff, everything, the country just felt so divided. The left went real left, the right went real right. I'm not either or. I call myself, they say you're Republican or Democrat. I'm a good sensian, which to me that means whoever's making good sense, that's what I listen to. I don't care what side it comes from. I'm not a diehard follower of, whatever. If you're making good sense, okay, I'm following that. I just think that Martin Luther, both sides would respect him, and they wouldn't, they attack whoever's against the other side. I think that's one person that could ride the middle, and both sides would listen to, you know what I mean? And he would keep an even keel, try to keep, he looks like all he wanted peace between, no matter what, that's the main thing he wanted. I think he could, I don't know if he could be united, but he would unite. I think, both sides would listen the most to him. So I think it would be great to see his perspective nowadays. And then the second one, just for selfish reasons, is Richard Pryor. He's my favorite comedian. I think it would be just hilarious to hear his opinion on what's going on these days, you know what I mean? And another thing, going to Avi, you said who would I get along with the most, or who would drive me nuts?
Yeah, who would you lean on for advice, and who do you think would drive you bonkers?
I would go to Richard Pryor for comedy. My guy would be Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
But you said before, like, who would drive me nuts? I get along with a lot of people just because, like I said, I take them for the ride. I don't put things on them.
Sure.
I think a lot of people get disappointed by people because they put stuff on them before. You know what I mean? I take it for what they are. I sit back and observe. And let's say if someone was a tattletale and say, oh yeah, that's a tattletale. The person tattletale you. Well, yeah, if it's a tattletale, don't tell them stuff. You guys are along. Right. I mean, don't put things on them that you know what they're for. You take it for what they are. You can get along with anybody.
That's so true. Yeah.
But in going with the game, who would probably get on my nerves is probably Richard Pryor. You know what I mean? It'd be like, joke is a joke. I said, all right, brother. It's 2 in the morning. You know, it's like,
2 in the morning.
We had great laughs, but come on, man. Okay, thank you. You know what I mean? So that would probably be the person who would get on my nerves.
Yeah, stand-up comedians, I could see that. Man, for all the youngsters out there, if it's available, I don't think it is, you got to watch Live at the Sunstrip, Richard Pryor, 1982. Eric the Classic. And how about this? Would you agree? Yeah, the comedy, but it was his storytelling and the characters that he created.
And the facial expressions.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. It was incredible.
Just all of us sitting at dinner, that would be, oh, my God. That'd be...
Absolutely, yeah. I like these are some great options here. And guys and gals, right now, Erin O'Brien is going to finish things off with the same topic. I'll read it to our audience, of course. Erin, if we're up to you, which 2 historical figures would you select as your roommates? Which of these 2 are you most likely to bond with socially, and why? Which of the 2 would you lean on for advice more so? And which of the 2 is more likely to drive you absolutely bonkers, and why? Whenever you're ready, my friend, the floor is yours.
All right. So I picked French chef Julia Child. Just because I'm such a foodie and I love to cook. So I've never cooked French food. That's like the one thing that I don't know how to cook. And she's like literally the best. So I would want to learn from her. And then it would be really nice to have a roommate that cooks for you all the time. So that's why I picked her. And then my other one is Lucille Ball, because I just feel like she's very interesting and she's hysterical. I loved watching I Love Lucy when I was a kid. So I can learn, she can teach me how to be a better comedic actor, and I can learn a lot from her. And I think she would be a good confidant too, because I'm sure she had a very serious side. And then as far as who would annoy me, I don't mean this in a mean way, but Julia Child has a very booming voice, and I think eventually I would be like, oh my God. But they're both amazing women, and that would be great.
And there's a little Cuban in me, so I gotta say the following. Lucy did annoy Ricky. We know that. She annoyed him.
Yeah.
But there was something tender about it. I like that. So let me ask you a question. Is it annoying to have someone cook at all hours of the night? Because I heard this from chefs. They say they get better at this by cooking into the late hours, 2 to 3, just to it's kind of like practice. It's the same thing. If Carlito's training, or Eric, of course, Mr. Sleepy Floyd is in practice, they'll practice in the wee hours of the night and try to experiment on different stuff. Would that be annoying? Would that be annoying?
Probably, but my husband's up all night, and I go to bed at like 9.
Used to it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I could kind of sleep through stuff, and then I would have something delicious to eat in the morning or in the middle of the night. So
I had
think
2
it'd be
ex-girlfriends who broke up with me because I cooked. So there's
Oh,
that.
really? Oh, I love-
yeah. But I told you the story about the toothpaste. I broke up with an ex-girlfriend named Denise because she used the last 2% of toothpaste more so than the first 98% of the toothpaste. She had to get that last squeeze. She had to get that last squeeze of that toothpaste. She rationed it for some reason. Yeah, I was like, buy a new toothpaste. But anyway, it's been a lot of fun, guys. I can't wait. Our viewers, of course, guys, again, when you're voting, unlike other shows or anything else, voting is a positive thing. It means that the speaker resonated with you. That's a good thing. We appreciate your positivity, guys. 2 out of 3 will move on to that third round, guys. We'll be halfway there once we get to round number 3 of this entire tournament. I want to ask a corny question again. We've done this now for an hour and a half. Would you agree that this is kind of a place where strangers leave as friends, guys? I mean, you guys have been incredible together, I want to say. Incredible together. I would love to be able to kind of even pass each other's numbers if you're okay with that. To each other.
This is why I like doing the show. I meet such like awesome people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
you guys
good
are
to hear
awesome.
different perspectives from different parts of the country, and obviously everyone has a different upbringing and all the different relationships. We share those relationships here on your site, on your show, and man, you have a platform that's for everybody, no matter where you come from and whatever your background is, and you respect everyone that comes on, and your introduction for everyone is amazing. So
thank you, my
we
friend.
do all appreciate those introductions and shows us your commitment to what you're doing and how seriously you take it, and you
thank you
and you honor all your guests, man. With that opening is amazing.
I appreciate that. I really do. You guys are amazing, and I honor you because there are so many things you've done after your careers that people need to hear about. It's during your careers or after, you're still giving back. And I promise you, I'm not trying to change the world here. I just want to welcome the world. Let's welcome the world, and not we can have great serious conversations and still not take each other too seriously at the end of the day. Yes. And I want this to be that classroom that people didn't want to cut when they were in high school. Don't cut this class. This is the one you like. And you guys, just watch you guys had the best seat in the house is what I wanted to say. So thank you for joining me. What I'm going to do is give Eric and Erin, I'm going to give Carlito a solo layout first if he wants to tell the audience, give them advice, maybe if they're going on any rough times. Any word of advice, Carlito, and then Erin and Eric, if I can, I'm going to ask you guys to do the same. Please hang out for 1 minute. Any inspirational words or anything for anyone who's having a bad day or a bad week, Carlito?
Was it the Lord of the Rings? This too shall pass. I mean, everything's not forever, man. Especially kids in high school. I just think back of all the trauma stuff. That's such a short part of your life. Like, you'll never see those people again. Whatever. Just things get better. You know what I mean? And it doesn't stay the same. You know what I mean? And things get better in life. And like I said, the world's your oyster. You can do whatever you want. As long as you. The thing is, you can set your mind to it. At the same time, it's like you said, it's self-commitment. Self-motivation. You know what I mean? If you motivate yourself, and you just keep thinking that something's possible, it will pass. It will happen. Just follow your dreams, and but put the work in. It's not just the saying. You have to actually put the work in. And I'm telling you, it'll if you believe it, you'll achieve it.
I appreciate that, man. And I know everyone's listening, my friend. Some sage advice throughout the whole broadcast. Did you have fun, my friend?
I always have fun on these. Yeah, that was a good time.
Thank you, man. Carlito, I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Great Carlito, guys and gals and pals, who's doing amazing work now, has always done amazing work, not just in the ring, but again, listen to his message. He's relatable because he's honest, and if you lead with honesty, you can't go wrong. Mr. Sleepy Floyd, I can say the same thing about you, Eric. You lead with honesty, and you become a fast friend, much like Carlito and Erin. And I appreciate our friendship, but I also appreciate your patience when it comes to taking people as they come, because the easy thing to do is to judge people from where they are. But you're very patient with people, and you're very understanding. And I want to let you know that, man, you made a really positive impact on me, my friend.
Oh, I appreciate that. And I would say that to your listeners out there, and just follow your dreams, stay committed, stay self-motivated, be determined. Don't take no for an answer, and just be true to yourself, and just be the best person that you can be. I think we can accomplish so many things in life and think we're successful, but the really bottom line to everything is be the best person you can be the best person that you can be to somebody else. That's what I'll leave you with.
You brought that up, and that's beautiful, man. I really appreciate you. You had a nice time, my friend?
I did, always. It's enjoyable. And again, I always like conversating with different people.
Sure.
I would have never had the opportunity to conversate with our two guests tonight,
Yeah.
Carlito and Erin, and it's such a blessing. And just to see smiles and them enjoying this hour and a half together with you, it's been enjoyable. That's
Thank
my
you.
word. It's very enjoyable. Thank you.
Well, yeah, it's an honor, my friend. I can't wait till we all go on the road here and do this and give back the way that you do so much, my friend. I hope you have a great rest of the evening.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Eric. Mr. Eric Sleepy Floyd, guys, class personified, much like Carlito. I love it. Again, I do have the best seat in the house listening to these amazing human beings that give us so much of themselves. And they're here giving a lot of themselves. They're talking about their personal lives. They're talking about things that, of course, are near and dear to their hearts, and we appreciate that. Erin, you're one of them. There's nothing surface level about you. You always talk and speak from the heart. You care so much. You're very giving. You're also a fighter. You fight for what you believe in, which I respect. What about those who might need some sage advice? They're having a rough time, a rough day, a rough week. What would you have to say to them?
I just say keep going, because you're always going to have those hills and valleys, and it's gonna, when you're in, one of those low points, it feels like it's going to be forever, but it's not. And then you're going to be so happy at the end of it if you just, stay positive and stick with what you're doing and just don't let yourself, linger in the dumps for too long, because it always gets better. It always gets better. And surround yourself with good people too, because that's very important.
That's awesome that you said that. I will say this, though. It's great advice, but I'm a North Jersey person. You're a South Jersey. You're closer to PA.
Well,
You're closer to PA.
I'm the middle man.
You're like in the middle. But I got to say this. Did you have a nice time, my friend?
I did. You seriously find the best people. Like, they're
You
so
included.
genuine.
They are. I know Carlito and Eric and you, I really had a ball. It felt like this. It just really passed by so fast. So
Yeah.
Thanks again for being you, my friend. And I hope you have a great rest of the evening.
Mwah. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too.
All right. Good night.
Bye-bye. Erin O'Brien, guys, what a broadcast this was. Mr. Eric Sleepy Floyd, Miss Erin O'Brien, and of course, guys and gals and pals, Mr. Carlito. I hope you guys learned a bunch. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. Reach out with questions. The next time, of course, that I will have these incredible human beings on. Maybe I can answer some of your questions. So thank you so much, guys and gals and pals, for being so giving. I appreciate all of you. We're now going to bring in, of course, our judges. They will have the unenviable task of voting. They will have to vote. And I guarantee you that is not an easy vote, because these three, they gave us a lot to think about. We had philosophical fun and provide you with edutainment. And now our judges will attempt to do the same, but they will first vote on who they think resonated most with them and why. Please do the same right now in the comment section as well.
Did you guys see that visual of Avi just looking down?
Thank you, Abby. Wow, this is definitely an unenviable task right now.
And guys, I'm going to give the floor to Howard, Giselle Miranda. They deserve it. They're amazing TKN hosts and so much more. I implore you guys now. You already saw my face. Don't need to see it again. I implore you guys and gals and pals in the comment section to start voting, because you heard Eric and you heard Carlito and you heard Erin O'Brien. They want your votes. They want to know if they've moved on. So again, this is not what you see in the political landscape out there, where voting can be this ugly thing. It's beautiful over here under this umbrella. So please vote in the comment section. And as soon as you vote, a Giselle, a Howard, or a Miranda will comment. They'll announce your vote. I will tally it in the back, and we will find out. Remember, 2 out of 3 move on, the sacred ground known as round number 3. So please vote. And you'll also be listening to Howard, Giselle, and Miranda voting on screen, their votes as well. So guys, take it away.
Yes, please get those votes in now. It does matter very much. 2 of these wonderful competitors will advance tonight after we tally all the votes. 1 will be eliminated. Phil, thank you. Topic 1, Carlito. Topic 2, Sleepy Floyd. And do exactly what Phil did there. Let us know who you vote for topic 1 and topic 2. King of Thunder, my inspirational words for tonight is love God first, then love yourself second, then pour the love into everyone that deserves it, but never lose yourself.
Love
Thank
that.
you very much, King of Thunder.
Thank you so much. Hi, Chad.
Oof, I got goosebumps for that one.
So great seeing so many people in the comments tonight. Hello, Cher. Hello, Forrest. Hello, Kevin. Hello to all of our new viewers. I see you have all brought in a lot of our friends and family. Hello, Clay. Hello, Chad. So great to see you.
There.
Whew. Yes, Eric for topic 2. Thank you, Cher. Eric for topic 2. Appreciate it.
I vote Carlito, King of Thunder. Thank you. For which topic?
Yeah, let us know which topic. And Chad Dixon says, I vote for Carlito in topic 1. And in topic 2, I vote for Erin! Exclamation point.
Sal, topic 1, Sleepy Floyd. Topic 2, Carlito. Sorry, I beat you, Giselle.
Christopher, wow, this was another hard one to vote on. Everyone did so well. They all deserve to advance. With that said, my vote goes to Carlito for topic 1 and Erin for topic 2. Thank you, Christopher. Keep those votes coming.
Oh, there you go. Classy Times. Topic 1. My vote goes to Carlito. He pulled and played my heartstrings the most. I identify with that card. Classy. Thank you.
Obviously. Yes.
All right. Love Erin's advice. Yes. Keep those votes coming in. We will read them as they come up. Remember, you're voting for someone on topic 1 and topic 2. I shall get to it while we await more votes in the comments section.
Oh, yeah.
Topic 1. 3 words. 3 words. Thank you, Boxing Prophet, and welcome. Welcome. This is the first time
we're Boxing Prophet.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
Topic 1. 3 words. Wise words. Which ones would you choose and why? Carlito, love, courage, appreciation. Eric Sleepy Floyd, selflessness, self-motivated, and commitment. And Erin with love, gratitude, and optimism. Myron, vote Carlito for topic 1. Thank you, Myron.
Thank you, Myron. Allison, I vote Carlito for topic 1 and Erin for topic 2. Great. Thank you, Allison.
Man, they're coming in.
A lot. Yeah. It's good. It's good. Keep it going.
Topic 1, Erin O'Brien. Topic number 2. Okay.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
All 3 had wonderful, incredible, fantastic words to live by. Julio, topic 1 goes to Mr. Eric. Loved how much he expanded with stories on his 3 chosen words. Topic 2 goes to Erin. Love how she tied her roommates to her life from food to personal to professional.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you, Julio.
I take Carlito for round 1, love, courage, and appreciation. I love when he said, don't be the next person, be the first you. Thank you, Dakota.
Love that one. Classy Times. 2. My vote goes to Sleepy for his genuine answers. Thank you, Classy.
Thank you. Thank you, Classy.
Topic.
Was that topic 1 or topic 2 for Erin?
Well, technically, maybe for Connie, she wouldn't be wrong. Maybe topic 2 for her. Maybe topic 2 for her are the games.
Maybe.
The games. You never know, guys. Well, we might make the games official. We might make it, but Connie, I think topic number 2 goes to Erin, according to Connie. I'm going to jot that down. Guys, love the energy. Do not go anywhere because guess what? Not only are Miranda Howard and Giselle and maybe even Dakota, guys and gals, he debuted his great segment called Straight from the South last Saturday night. After they vote, we are going to have an outro and you can get a first look at who will be appearing next Saturday night as we near the final lap. And we also know the final lap, guys and gals, this Wednesday night, 5-pack challenge. You know who we got in the house? Kelly White and Miranda, guys. Miranda's going to be there in the finals of the 5-pack challenge. That's this Wednesday. We know that already. So stay tuned for the outro because we will give you plenty of goodies. And we want your comments because your comments are why you are the engine that makes this entire thing.
All right. Topic 1. I am voting for Eric Sleepy Floyd. I loved his choices of words. He did explain so well why he chose these words, what they mean to him, how they got him through life, as well as how they're going to get others through life. And he had such reasons and passions for explaining all of these words with his stories. So Eric Sleepy Floyd gets my vote for topic 1, and Dakota has his vote in for topic 2. Carlito gets my vote again. Martin Luther King and Richard Pryor. Great choices. And I love how he said he gets along with everyone.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, Bethany, vote! If you're not already, vote!
Go. All right.
Topic 2. Always so interesting with the historical figures and who they choose. great choices yet again. Really, really good reasons. I can tell they thought about this a lot, and who would they want to live with? And even with that, who would get on their nerves and who would they get along with the most? Fantastic people. This one is so much more difficult. I know my mom would definitely be visiting Erin O'Brien's house with Julie Child, and we still have the time. Yeah. Hello, Eagle John. Welcome. So great to have you.
No. We must do the following. The eagle has landed. The eagle has landed. The eagle has landed. Welcome, Eagle John.
Thank you.
The eagle has landed indeed. Welcome, Eagle John. Always a pleasure having you on the broadcast.
Prayers, hold on. Prayers to Connie, prayers to Bethany, what she's going through, and prayers to Eagle John and his mom. We love you. Prayers all around.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Echo those sentiments. I think I can speak for everyone on the panel here when we say we are all thinking of you each and every day and wishing you all the best. And you are definitely in our prayers, or however you express that emotion. And that those good wishes and those good thoughts. Cinema Club! Howard, go ahead.
The Cinema Club says vote for second topic goes for Erin. Loved how she shared some beautiful
personal connection.
Thank you, Miranda. Personal connection. Love it.
Awesome.
Thank you, Eagle John.
That's great, Eagle John.
Oh, that's so good to hear. Thank you so much for
For
letting
those
us
of you who
know.
don't know, Eagle John's been with us almost since the beginning. What an intelligent, positive person that he is. It's great to know that she's improving, guys. It's all about, we know we say this all the time, but our health is our wealth. And it's great to know that you guys can always tell us how your folks and your family are doing. We're always going to make sure we send all of our collective prayers, guys, because the biggest emotional bicep in the world is TKN, when we all remind you that we're here for all of you, no matter what, every single day, every single night. That being said, guys and gals, I know I rudely interrupted. I get that. Let me count this. Hold on. King of Thunder, Carlito, and Sleepy Floyd. He votes. Okay, thank you, King of Thunder. We appreciate you, Milton. And guys, you know who I appreciate? We already heard his votes once, but how about twice? And maybe even one day thrice. Mr. Dakota, welcome.
Hello. How's it going, everybody? Wow. I couldn't miss this. Couldn't miss this for the world. What an amazing night. I feel so inspired after that. It's crazy. Just three incredible people right there. What an amazing night.
Yeah.
For sure.
You guys, that felt like a cheers moment when Norm would come in and we all say, Dakota!
I'll take it.
Everybody knows your name. Am I saying it right? That's cheers, right?
What a good moment to have. Aw, thank you, Eagle John.
Aw, we love you.
Absolutely.
No, we do. We appreciate the engine so much. All of you individually, collectively, you do make this thing go. If you haven't gotten your votes in the comment section yet for topic 1 and topic 2, get those in now. I have to give my vote for topic 2. And for topic 2, I am going with Carlito. He chose people that I think have very different personalities and they'll find a way to get along no matter what. So even if one person might be out of sorts one day, I think they will come together. I know they were supposed to select who they would get along with most and who would annoy, but the way he presented it was so clear and so thoughtful in why he would want to live with these two people that I have to vote for him.
Guys, before we kick it over again for more votes, let us remind you already a treasured TKN host is already backstage. Can't wait for the outro. I know he's waiting for that. That's coming up real soon. And guys and gals and pals, please remind yourself of the following, because if this sounds sappy, you know the saying, you know the rest. I want you to know that Erin and Carlito and Eric Sleepy Floyd, they're on pins and needles, and that's truth. You might hear my phone going off, and it's become a Saturday night tradition where everybody who's participating is watching a Howard, a Miranda, and a Giselle. I think that's and a Dakota. We got to remind ourselves, they're not watching you. You guys now on screen are the show. You're the show. because we're going to find out who advances to a star-studded tournament that already in round number 2. We've seen 155 Hall of Famers from the world of sports, music, wrestling, not to mention Olympians, Oscar, Grammy, Tony, Emmy, Golden Globe, AMA, and WGA award nominees and winners, guys and gals and pals. It's not just the pride and the prize. It's what's in their eyes. There are no lies. This is a place of truth and honesty, and I guarantee you, round number 3 awaits for only 2 out of 3, 66%. One will be eliminated from this tournament. Last week, it went down to the wire. Ty Lawson, guys and gals, was eliminated as Brandy Stillwell and Barbie Blank moved on to round number 3. Who will it be tonight? We're going to find out, so do not go anywhere. Let us know you're here in your comments. Keep commenting to the very end, guys, because this is not the end of the show. Oh, no. Right now, guys and gals and pals, Giselle, Howard, Miranda, and Dakota are doing their thing as only they can. So please take it away, guys, and I will be here soon to announce the winners.
All right, Howard, your turn.
All right. Again, amazing topics, Mr. Klein. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Let's see. Okay, we got some. Okay, we had some votes there. So first topic, courage, appreciation, and love. I love that. I loved when, he talked about, I quoted him, I never wanted to be the next who fill in the blank. How do you vote? Oh, Clay, just put in topic 1, whoever you thought you would vote for topic 1. And then for topic 2, just pick the name that you think you would want to vote for that particular topic.
Type that in the comments.
Yeah.
It's a good question. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Clay. Hope that answers the question, buddy. Get excited almost.
Excited almost time. Wait for it. Yeah.
When he shared that, be the next, be the next Miranda, be the next Giselle, be the next Dakota. I think that's such a powerful statement. So my vote goes for Carlito for topic number 1. And for topic 2, I really appreciate the combination of, let's see, Muhammad Ali and Arthur Ashe. I thought that was really interesting. I could visualize Muhammad Ali just practicing a promo with Eric, and just like at 4 a.m. still going on, and him not sleeping. So he painted that picture really beautifully. So I'm gonna go for Eric Sleepy Floyd for topic 2. Miranda.
Thank you. For a second, I thought you were gonna say Dímelo Carlito. That would have been.
I'm still young, Miranda.
Well, I said it, so there you go. Topic 1. This is a very interesting topic. 3 words that everyone should live by and why. I really like that a lot. It got me thinking, as all the topics do, got me thinking of how I would respond to this question, right? So they all had some really good choices. Carlito, live, laugh, love. Eric, selflessness, self-motivated, commitment. And Erin, love, gratitude, optimism. Oh my gosh. I know I'm going to go with Eric for topic number 1, Eric Sleepy Floyd. Because I loved his words so much, the selflessness, self-motivated, and commitment. Specifically the selflessness, because I feel like he is an epitome of selflessness with all the work that he does in the community and helping the children. And he also works with organizations such as the Big Brothers and Sisters and the police commissioner, St. Jude's as well. And how he's talking about volunteering and all the work that he does for the community, not only with the children, but for the homeless too, how he gives money. Unhoused. For the unhoused, how he gives money to them every time, he sees somebody on the street that might need some extra assistance. He gives them some extra assistance. I mean, that's just incredible. Like he lives by these words, he's very self-motivated, all the things that he's done in his career and his personal life in general, how he loves to give back. But I mean, his career, he had 29 points in 1 quarter of a game. I mean, that's insane. Nobody's ever done that besides him. So he broke records with that. And clearly that shows his commitment to everything he does in his life, 100% committed. So I got to give that to him for topic number 1.
We're about to find out, Cinema Club. Miranda's going to finish voting, and we will find out who the winner is very soon. So keep watching.
Yes. Okay. So topic number 2, the historic figures. And now I'm wondering who I would pick as my roommates as well. Some really good choices here too. But I think I'm going to go with Erin for topic number 2 because she chose Julia Child and Lucille Ball, and I think this would be amazing. An amazing. Oh my.
Gotcha.
Phil.
No, it's Justin.
Okay, Justin.
It's Justin.
Every single. I'm sorry,
Continue.
guys. Every time I'm in the middle of something, so one of them just pops up. I don't understand.
Oh my.
Yeah, that was not called for.
Damn.
I'm sorry about that. There was no reason for Phil to be Justin to be jumping in here tonight.
Justin.
Yeah, we're waiting on the next match in your best of 7 series, but we're celebrating tonight and what these wonderful competitors did and how the fantastic conversation all 4 of them gave us tonight. I don't know why he would interrupt your vote like that at all.
So disrespectful. I mean, if you want to come at me at a different time, that's a different story. But don't come in the middle of us voting and talking about this amazing show that we just had, the amazing conversation. I mean, how could you? We're spending too much time on this guy, I swear.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm not even
ignore
gonna. Yeah, I'm not even.
Let us know. I want to know what you think about topic 2. I want to know why you're voting for Erin.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Yes. Forget about that. Okay, so Erin, she chose Julia Child and Lucille Ball, and I'm thinking of how this dynamic would be between the 3 of them, and I just think it would be such an amazing dynamic. And she chose them because Julia Child and her amazing cooking skills, and then Lucille Ball and her amazing comedic skills and storytelling, and how she wants to learn something from each one of them as well, which was really, really nice. So I think that this would be a really great blend. And also, Giselle, you had said that, I think your mom would have liked this combination. My mom too. My mom and my grandmother. My grandma used to always watch Julia Child. She loved Julia Child. And she also watches Lydia Bastianich. So I think that's how you say her last name. She loves those cooking shows. So, yes, Sleepy Floyd for number 1, Erin for number 2.
Yes, King of Thunder. I'm so stoked. This has me on the edge of my seat. Absolutely. It has all of us on the edge of our seats, too. We are going to find out.
We're going to find out
super shortly.
And let's remember this, guys, before I kick it over to Dakota. I want to remind you guys and gals and pals again, Wednesday night, Miranda and Kelly White. We have a show called The Black Box to all new viewers out there. We got 1281 watching right now. We're proud of the fact that 16 weeks in a row, that's 4 months if you do the math, right? 16 weeks in a row, 6-figure views on this very show. TKN Saturday night, that's the mothership of TKN. But if you want the Wild West of TKN, look no further than Wednesday nights because we've got a wheelhouse. We have a tournament Dakota is a part of, guys and gals and pals. It is called the Tournament of the Judges, and Dakota just won this past Wednesday.
Yes,
he got his first vote. So our Saturday night audience and our luminaries and our suit and ties know about that right now because I just said it. So tune in Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We have the Tournament of Judges where the winner receives a spot. One of the final spots in the entry into the TKN Celebrity Tournament where they could face in the future maybe an Eric Sleepy Floyd, Erin O'Brien, or Carlito if they advance. We know that could happen, Dakota. Also, guys, finals of the 5-pack challenge. That was a mini tournament for our TKN hosts. It's down on Miranda and Kelly this Wednesday. And, of course, the Celebrity Team Challenge. We got Jacques Rougeau. We got Howard Colato. We got Stevie Ray. We got Miranda. We got Giselle. Guys and gals and pals, we have so many amazing luminaries. Pete Babcock's in this thing. Cindy Pickett. Those matchups are going to return. We have the second half of a match that featured Jeremy London and Peaceful Pete versus Giselle and Pete Babcock. That's coming up in the first Wednesday of November. So a lot going on Wednesday nights as well. Guys and gals, thank you, Chad. Guys, check out Chad's amazing post. How about Chad Dixon? A round of applause to him and his amazing posts every single day. This man is and I say this as a compliment, is a machine with his posts. An incredible writer. Appreciate what you do, Chad, as well. Dakota, we got the vote in the comment section, but you know what? Now, my friend, I mean this from the heart as a compliment. Now we got your pretty face, we got your big brain on display, so let's hear and see your votes. Go ahead. Who do you vote for?
Thank you so much, Avi. Yes, what an amazing 2 topics we had tonight with 3 amazing people. I love how me and Howard are just so in sync because I wrote that same note down. I loved when he said, don't be the next person. For him, it was a wrestler. For anybody, it could be anybody. Don't be the next person. Be the first you. That is amazing. That is so very true. We need everybody to be their true selves. You know how much I talk about that. I love it. I love that a lot. We're going to fail a lot. It's going to happen. You've got to keep that appreciation. You got to keep that courage. You got to keep that love. 3 amazing choices from him. Erin, selflessness, self-motivated, and committed for Eric. All about giving back. That is amazing. The things that he does, just like when he said, if you do see somebody asking for money, if you've got it, give them. If they're asking for it, they need it. And that means so much to me. Just like my mom said to me when I was young, and I still think about now, the song, What If It's an Angel? Begging for money. That, just listen to that song. Think about that next time you see somebody. It's a great way to look at it, and it could be true. I love that. Huge heart. And Erin, love, gratitude, optimism. Love those. She is just such a delight to listen to. She brings the whole room up when she talks. I love it. I love it. I love it. The thing that got me the most was her talking about the dog that had the tire propped up against his cage, and because of people like her and establishments that do these kinds of things, that dog had a second chance at life, and that is amazing. Just an amazing person all around. But all of those things said, as hard as it is, the one that resonated with me the most was Erin. I have to give my vote to her for the first topic. For the second topic, a day with laughter is a day without laughter is a day wasted. I love these topics from Avi. They're always so good.
What is going on with Phil? Sorry, the King of Thunder says, what is going on with Phil?
Phil, Phil, Justin, no one really knows.
Identity crisis. I mean,
yeah,
Justin, Phil, Justin.
What we do know is he's fighting right now for his, and I say this, guys, if you're a sports fan, he's fighting for his life right now. He's down 3-0 in a best-of-7 against Miranda. Dakota, who you got for topic number 2?
Topic number 2, 2 amazing picks from each person. Erin with the Julia Childs and Lucille Ball. What a house that would be, right? Just all the time, just fun, cooking and laughter. Then we got Muhammad Ali and Arthur Ashe. I had to look up Arthur Ashe, and I have to say, 2 amazing choices right there.
Tennis icon, yeah.
Yeah, and then Carlito coming in with Martin Luther King and Richard Pryor. Wow, I mean, just Richard Pryor alone, and then throw Martin. Oh, just what an interesting place to be. I love it when he said, whoever makes sense, I'll listen to. That's a very, very true statement, very powerful statement, and that's how a lot of people should be. We shouldn't pick one side or the other. We should hear everybody out, hear everything out, and go with what we truly feel is right. Just a wonderful way of looking at things. And how he said he gets along with everybody. That's because he doesn't put too much on people. That's amazing. That's an awesome way of looking at that as well. Great picks all around. My vote for topic 2 has to go with Carlito.
Got you there, guys. Dakota, Carlito, Phil is getting so much. Look at the attention Phil is getting in the comments over here by everybody. Everybody's talking about Phil and Justin. Guys,
everybody will be there Wednesday.
Do you want to know who won?
Yeah.
Yes.
What if I don't? I want to see everyone in the comments. What if I don't tell you who won? And by the way, Allison, shouting you out. King of Thunder shouting you out. Bethany shouting you out. Sal shouting you out. Eagle John, you're there as well right now. We have all of you in there. Let me scroll up. Julio Negron, we appreciate you. Classy Times is in there. All of you are hanging strong. We need your comments. Were amazing all night long. Right now, if you've waited this long, you got to find out who's going to win. Wait a bit longer. What if I don't tell you? What if I don't tell you? What if I don't tell you?
We would riot.
Bethany wants me to tell him. Sal wants me to tell him.
Yes.
Phil wants me to tell him. I need everyone in the comment section, everyone on screen. Let me know. Do you want to know who moved on to round number 3? I need to know.
Yes. Play the tape.
Dímelo!
Guys and gals, only two move on. And as you know, this is, again, from the heart. Everybody that's in this tournament wants to move on, and we're going to find out right now. Thank you, Mr. Johnny McKinney. I love that because so many of you are watching and you're not commenting. And guess what? Commenting helps us. But even so, we appreciate your viewership. So thank you, Johnny. We know you're there. Guys, we're going to find out right now, Chad and Julio and Miranda and Giselle and Dakota and Howard and Joe Rositano. We're going to find out right now, Safari, who moves on to round number 2. Drum roll, Howard. Drum roll, everyone.
Yes.
I'm doing it.
Here we go.
I am nervous. Moves on. Who's the top vote getter? Here for
Carlito.
Top vote getter. Look at that. That apple ain't sour. He's got the power. Yes, guys. These are the flowers. Mr. Carlito. But also moving on to round number 3. Who gets the last spot? Who gets it? Eric or Erin? Erin or Eric? It is. Eric Floyd moves on to round number 3. Celebrity tournament.
I predicted correctly.
Now that's cool. Yes, Kev, dude, that's cool. Got his own action figure. Why not? Yes, way more challenging. Way more. Boy, round 3 right now, guys. While you got it, Eric and Carlito, because round 3 is going to be challenging. But let's give it up for Erin O'Brien right now, guys. Let's give it up for Erin O'Brien. Round of applause to Erin, who was amazing. So big props to you, Erin. Nothing, got to tell you guys, nothing ever. This is from personal experience. Nothing between Erin and myself in a conversation can go wrong, and nothing between Erin and anyone in a conversation can go wrong. Right. She definitely has an amazing energy and perspective. We appreciate you, Erin. But guys, give it up for Eric Sleepy Floyd. And give it up, guys. I already got a text. You heard it. Who's this from? Let me see right now. This is from Carlito. Yes, guys and gals and pals. Just found out top vote getter. Did I read you the text? Should I read it to you out loud?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to read it to you. I think he meant pick number 1. Now that's cool.
I love it.
Catchphrase complete, guys and gals. You know your Saturday night's complete when you got a classic trademark and a catchphrase there as well. Guys, look, I'm excited about the next matchup we have next Saturday night. I know that everyone is as well. I have to ask Miranda if she's fine with this. I'm going to bring him on screen. Phil Justin's on screen. Look at him waving toodaloo to her. Look at him waving toodaloo. Look at him. Look at him waving toodaloo. Look at him. Look at this. Yeah, Phil Justin, guys, is on screen.
My eyes are burning right now.
When I say it's the final lap, guys, it means just like any tournament, there aren't many more matchups. There are way more matchups behind us in round 2 than are ahead of us, and way more competitors that we've already seen in round number 2 than are left. We don't have that many left. But still, some of the, again, slang term, right? Some of the big guns. We still have Jesse Ventura. We still have Sally Jesse Raphael in round 2 of this tournament. We still have Dee Wallace. We still have Nancy Kerrigan, Lou Ferrigno, Stevie Ray, Mark Henry. The hits keep on coming. And not to mention, guys and gals and pals, Howard Collado in his matchup. Dakota wants to get in this thing. We'll see if he can win the tournament of judges. Sal, you're in there as well. We know that. And guys, we announced that already. We know who Sal is. And guys and gals and pals, I also want to say this. Miranda and Phil. Will it be happy trails to Phil? Phil, happy trails. We talked about, Miranda, we talked about the high-stakes nature of this. You accepted. If Phil does beat you in the next match of this series, it is a series, gets the green ticket, guys. That means he can use it. It's a lifeline. He can use it in the actual series again if he loses, should he choose to. But if you defeat him, you take his points that he won, you move that into round number 3. And not only that, guys, not only Miranda have those points that can be used in round 3, Phil Justin will never be seen again, ever, under this umbrella of TKN. So the stakes are high for their matchup, and it's coming up real soon. I got to promise you that. Their matchup is coming up real soon. Of course, guys, Mr. Kelly White, he's in round number 3 of this tournament. Giselle's in round number 3 of this tournament. Peaceful Pete's already in round number 3 of this tournament. Pinocchio Joe's in round number 3 of this tournament. Hauser and Joe Rositano, they're going to do the dance. One of them will move on. So just giving you that breakdown, guys, and as far as I'm concerned, we'll talk more about that Wednesday. But right now, guys, Dakota is eager. Miranda is curious. Phil Justin can't wait. Giselle is absolutely excited to find out who we're going to see next Saturday night. Howard Carlito, guys and gals and pals, as intrigued as he is, will he be the one that's next? Will he be the one that's next? Will my match be the one that's next?
Ooh.
Will Miranda and Phil headline next Saturday night as well? It could happen.
Yeah.
So, guys, the top 10. You will first see the top 10 if you're new to this. The top 10 contenders that still remain in now round number 2, and then following the top 10 and some honorable mentions, you will find out who will be appearing next Saturday night, October the 25th, 2025, to close the month of October. Howard, drum roll, please, because right now it is, what time is it? I'm sorry, I have to say this, guys. I have to stop the outro for 1 second. I got to read this next comment I got from Mr. Floyd. Can I read this?
Yeah. Yes, please.
Please.
I think it's important for me to read this. This is such a great environment. Thank you for the marvelous time that I had watching this. I can't tell you how special all of your friends are, Avi. I think he's talking about the judges. This show from top to bottom has it all. It will be an honor to compete in round number 3. So, guys, again, I had to read that to you in real time. I had to.
Awesome. Thank you.
With that, guys and gals.
What an amazing man.
What an amazing man.
Amazing.
How about this? Let's do this. I want to give Miranda, Dakota, Howard, Giselle, and Phil an opportunity to use one word that's on their mind, that's in their heart, that means so much to them today. The power of today with one word. Dakota, one word.
Humbled.
Thank you. Miranda.
Very.
I'd say love.
Howard.
Grateful.
Giselle.
One word. Fulfilled.
I'm going to ask Justin what his one word is, not Phil. What's your one word, Justin?
Retribution.
With that, guys and gals and pals, it's outro time.
Obsession's going to be talent every time. You got all the talent in the world, but are you obsessed? Is it all you ever think about?
I had a buddy, Jason Whitfield, and we all had a pact. We were all going to go to the same college. He ended up dying in a motorcycle accident. I mean, it was devastating for me. Ironically, it changed my life's direction. You know, I got a lot of inspiration from his parents. They were, you know, said I had to carry on his legacy, do as much for gymnastics as I possibly could.
I mean, you had a temporary layoff, you had inflation, you had all this you was going through, but it was so inspiring to me to just hear good times.
I used to always get asked, and I tell every station or interview I do, it was like, what's your top 5, top 10? I said, first of all, that's the most disrespectful question in the world, because it's been over 50 years of hip hop.
Because it's some of the biggest horse shit in the business. It's like if somebody's going to tell you, hey, you got to take the mic out and move it to a certain direction, maybe you got to dress a certain way. There's one rule in this game: be funny.
Remember that scene in Rocky 3 when he loses a Clubber Lang the first time? He goes back into the locker room and Mickey's laying on that cot. Stallone starts crying. Mick! Mick! Yeah, dirty Mick! I got my boy do Mick!
What I was going to get to with my question was I was going to open it with saying what you guys both said is brilliant, and your questions is brilliant. It's inspiring. It's hopeful. It's so far off the tangent of what the question was asked.
You know, mental health is everything. It's everything really in your life. You know, you lose a pet, you have a child that goes off to college. There are small things, and then there are big things.
One is intended more for tweens and teens.
Yes, that's Invisible Girl, and that I wrote first. I wrote that really as in journal style, and I did it to bring awareness to kids, you know, to make them feel like they have a voice.
If everything is upside down, you know, I think it requires comedians to shine that light.
Yes! Finally! Yes! 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 It wasn't me, it was the couch.
But if you talk about something like lacrosse or field hockey, that isn't a strength. Those aren't strength games. Those are
a lot of skill,
where endurance and ability, sight, and things like that women are better at.
And I was terrorized and brutalized for the entire 4 years of that show.
Well, that was Jay North, and you remember him as Dennis the Menace. Now, at the end of the show, I was very moved and very concerned about Jay's future. I'm happy to say he is here today, and he's ready to share with us what has happened in the past 3 years. Would you please welcome back Jay North?
But does anybody say anything about the poppy seeds in Afghanistan? Whereas the Northern Alliance had stopped. Do you know how many banks need those poppy seeds to wash money for all the drugs in the world? It don't take a genius to figure it out.
But Boston also was so serious. They would turn the heat up in their locker room.
Yes.
And not give them air conditioning. They were serious. They would do anything they could to win.
Sometimes people just can't see some things are better left alone. And trying to emulate
Can we imagine this matchup?
Ultimate Warrior and that thing that they had with Vince, it was counterproductive.
14 years old, really 11 years old, all I wanted to do was lift heavy stuff.
Okay.
I saw the Olympics for the first time when I was real young, and then there was a guy named Vasily Alexiev who was the champion of all champions, and I wanted to be him.
You're going to experience sadness or disappointment, if you will, and I think if you have an ability to kind of push through that, you get to the other side of the hill, so to speak, emotionally, and it will make the happiness, that much more happy. Once you do get to in your 50s, and you look around and you're just like, well, you know what? I got a really nice life. You know what I mean? Like I got loved ones
You know, my kids still call me.
I mean, everything my dad told me comes true. And he only had an 8th grade education. You know, he lived back in the era where you went to 8th grade and then you got a job.
Sure.
You know, and I'll tell you this too about my dad. I think he lied to go to war. You know why I say that? My dad went in the oldest you could be, 36.
Wow.
I'm a Vietnam veteran, and they lied to me about the Gulf of Tonkin incident, and that was the false flag operation that put us into the Vietnam War, where 58,000 of my generation were killed.
Getting close, guys.
Be on the Super Bowl winning team with Doug Williams as the MVP of Super Bowl 22, and then fortunate enough to be on that Super Bowl 26 team. My 2 children were at that game, and a lovely, lovely wife. So that first part of that is just all the excitement.
And then as you grow and you continue to live life, then it's about the decisions you make. It's about the people you surround yourself with. It's about the decisions that you have faced and how you make those decisions.
Politicians like what we have today, I mean, because they're not real leaders. You know, they're all self-centered and self-involved, and they're not genuinely willing to put themselves on the front line like that.
Here we go. Are we ready? Let's see it. Let's hear it. Let's see it. Let's hear it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Next Saturday night, but first, as you know, guys, who's up? 3 nights from now, 4 nights from now, who's up? You know it. Ain't no mystery, but we'll tell you IP history. Go. Here he is. Look at this. Man she beat once, but will she do it again? The king with the black box, Mr. Kelly J. Klein. All right, are we pumped? Let's leave it right now. This is it. Who do we got next week? Who do we got? We have next Saturday night. How many left? We have a legendary. Cancer and teeth cancer. Yes, we did. Real hot. That felt great as well.
Wow, that's amazing. Big prize. Big prize treasure.
Finally, last but certainly not least.
There's one more. Yes. Another comedian.
Oh, I know.
Yes.
Not want to miss this one, believe me.
This is gonna be huge.
Slobber knocker. Slobber knocker.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
Slobber knocker.
Amazing speakers, guys. It just gets tougher and it just gets bigger each and every Saturday night. For Mr. Phil Justice. For Zoe. Mr. Howard Gillespie. Guys and gals, Dakota is going to end the show with one more word, Dakota.
Just one word?
One word, Dakota. In a 5, in a 4, in a 3, in a U, Dakota.
Kindness.